everybody, and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to the next episode of our Chronicles of Aeodrun Awakening campaign. My name is Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be your game master for tonight. And as you can see, I am surrounded by a bunch of lovely people who play in this game with me and help me build the world out and all of that stuff. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, their characters, and something that I remember from the last session, because my memory's terrible. I'm going to start with Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Elodie Fogg, who is a blood hunter. And also, now, because we've leveled up, a little bit of artificer as well. And she also uses she, her pronouns. And something I remember from the last session is we let the entire place burn down. We lost our house. We weren't in the actual last session, which was the other half of the team. So for us, we lost our house. But Elodie, we found a new personality of Elodie's. We met Ember. And maybe we'll learn more about her at some point.
Fire and Ember in the same episode. It's as if it's scripted. Now, let me just read my script. It says here to kill. No, that's not it. Sorry, wrong script. That's the next session. Anyway, next we're gonna say hello to Evie.
Hello, I am Evie. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Peripatea or Peri, who uses she, they pronouns. There we go. Who is a Aasimar, angel fallen, sort of zealot barbarian. And thing that I remember from last session is I made some morality checks and did a heroic thing and saved an elf from being unconscious in a burning building that then collapsed. So I did it good. Very angry, but I did it good.
Perry did a good thing. Perry does a lot of good things, but yeah.
But no one ever talks about those.
No. And finally, we have Mike.
Hello, I'm Mike. I play Lucian, another barbarian. We both use he, him pronouns. What do I remember from last? A lot. Poor little Lucian's brain. I remember we managed to successfully get Celia out of the house, and that's where I'm at, sort of currently, just keeping Celia alive, hopefully. And then I think we've got like all of the information from her that we sort of needed, but
We can let her die now.
Yeah, she can go.
She's done with. Don't need her anymore. Delete the Hero Forge. All of that stuff, all gone. Anyway, before we carry on with the session, we have a couple of sponsors and supporters that we need to thank. Our sponsor for today is Phoenix Dice. You can find them by putting the exclamation point Phoenix in chat, and go to their website, phoenixdice.com, to get yourself some clickety-clack math rocks, including some limited edition rolled together dice.
Oh wait, I was trying to find.
Oh, I've got some.
Which bag did I put it in?
Which bag is it in?
I'm
Mine's in a box.
All of my dice. There we are.
What?
Yeah.
Mine's in an ice cream box.
Look at it, so pretty.
Mine
I don't know
are
if you can see
somewhere.
its
Where's
cute
the
little
20?
head.
Where is the 20?
Cute little
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just a little off the cuff thing. I've been using the D20 to roll for who goes first or second or third or whatever when we play Magic the Gathering, and I've always lost. Yet I used it in a DMing situation last night and proceeded to roll 4 natural 20s on attacks. So it definitely doesn't like me using it outside of D&D.
It's your punishment.
Yes. But yes, and if you use the code Roll Together, all caps, at checkout, you can get 25% off of your purchase. So go check them out. We are supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Type exclamation point code into chat to get yourself a code for a free Electrum chest within the game. It's basically a game where you go gather up a party of well-known heroes throughout D&D's long history, and you can play this on consoles, your phone and PC and all of that sort of stuff. So go check them out. And lastly, we are proud to be supported and support Bearded Ladies, which is a clothing line that is ran by RT veterans, or Roll Together veterans, should I say, Ed and G. Check them out in the description below. or chat, as well as Michael Dobson's character art. You'll see next to all of our, or just behind all of our characters' names, some fantastic artwork that was done by Mike. If you follow the links in the chat now or in the description below, that will take you to Mike's Instagram page, and commissions are open for that. So if you want to see one of your own characters look as awesome as these ones do, go see Mike about that. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom. They have helped us make a Discord. They have helped us make a wiki. They are fantastic. You can get yourself access to some early access to some games, an NPC creator, and some other bits and bobs, new features coming soon, and all that sort of stuff. Links in chat, description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do consider leaving us a like, subscribing to the channel, and commenting down below. It helps the algorithm let us know what you like, so we know what to make more of, which is always good, because then we can make more of it. And with that, I think we're going to go to our title sequence and the start of the next episode of Awakening. In the last session, we had Bram, Hira, and Udrik come together. Hira decided to try knocking on the door on Elodie and names in my head, Elodie and Perry's door, but they weren't present. They'd maybe gone somewhere. We'll find out maybe in a moment. And Udrik was at the infirmary with Lucian. Lucian having gone and seen Celia first thing in the morning. The three of them came together at what is now the remains of the mercenary company, and proceeded to wake Solomon up, causing the vault to open. Some sort of barrier tried to prevent them from entering, and they took a little bit of damage from it, but they were then able to freely come and go through it. Solomon did a little bit of explaining on some of the books that are in there, but said that it's more of a conversation that he needs to have with Perry. He then paid each of them 200 gold and gave them bags for the rest of the party members as well. So there's 200 gold for all of you. The party then went to the blacksmiths and had some weapon upgrades done, and purchased some new weapons because Udrik realized that his spear was in the fire. So then proceeded to get a new spear, and that was pretty much it from the session. We ended the session with them at the gardens having a jolly old time. But for the moment, we are going to come back in time a little bit to the beginning of the day and back to the infirmary where Lucian is currently sitting at Celia's bedside. Lucian, as you're sitting there, you have been told by Carden, who is the fiend-fallen doctor of the infirmary, lead doctor of the infirmary, that Celia had sustained some serious injuries from both the stabbing and from smoke inhalation and all that sort of stuff. So they've put her into a magically induced coma to try and help her recover from her injuries. You can see that she's got a couple of ice packs around her body to try and cool her down. And the stitches that both Elodie and Tally had done have been redone, opened up, and not so much opened up, but they've redressed. Thank you. They've redressed her wounds. As you're, would you be sitting or standing in her room? She's in a room on her own. She's not in on a general ward or anything.
Probably just sat by her side.
As you're sat by her side with your back to the door, you feel a presence next to you. And as you turn to look, not standing that much taller than you currently sitting, is a black-haired young woman holding a bouquet of flowers in her hand as she looks to you. I just wanted to come and check that she was okay. It's Evelyn.
Oh, Evelyn.
I'm in the room.
Well, I think she will be. I hope she will be. But she's not in a good place right now.
How are you holding up? I heard about what happened, and I've actually been contracted to look over the redesign of the company, of the building.
I'm okay, but would you do me a favor and maybe just take a step back for a little while? Just say that it's because it's a burned down building, it's not safe to be marking or anything, and just, maybe keep your head down for a couple of weeks.
I can do that. I've got plans and blueprints and things that I need to draw up for potential things. I can send my one of my assistants out to actually do the actual survey of the land and everything on all of that, so I can do that for you.
Just keep your head down and your name out of people's mouths for just a little while.
I will do. Have you been here all night?
Yeah, those little infirmary chairs are not good for the back. But yeah, I've been here all night.
She walks around to the other side of the bed and she opens up the little cupboard that would be next to the bed, and she pulls out a vase or a vase, however you want to say it, and she puts the flowers into it and puts that on the side. I'll let one of the nurses know to put some water in that. You need to get up and come with me. And she goes to walk out the room without looking back.
Stands up, dusts himself off a little bit, and then sort of like pulls a cigarette to light it, and then kind of looks at where he is and sort of sighs and thinks better of it, puts it back in his top pocket and walks out.
Evelyn leads you out of the infirmary and walks you down the main road. One of the main roads in Merkstead. You walk past a number of different shops that are beginning to open up at the minute. You can hear the sounds of light bells and loud talking coming from down where the dock area is. It seems to, because of the sort of location of Merkstead in almost like a sort of bay-ish area with mountains all around, a lot of the sound from down at the dock sort of carries up, so you can hear that, and the smell of the sea hits your nostrils as soon as you leave the infirmary, having smelt that sort of cleanish smell that you would get in a hospital. Coming outside, that fresh sea smell sort of hits you like a truck, basically.
Especially because I probably stink of smoke from that
Probably.
fire still.
Yeah. And as she leads you down, you can see just opposite where the tavern is, where the Rusty Pirate is, probably on the opposite side of the road, 4 doors down, there's a bakery. And there's a couple of people who are going in and out of there who are holding like bagels and sausage rolls and rolls and all that sort of stuff, and coffee in travel containers and things, and they're all going to work and all of that sort of stuff. And she's beginning to lead you to that shop. At that point, we're going to do a quick switch around. And I probably should have started with this section because this section actually happens earlier than that section. So it's still nighttime at the minute. And both Perry and Elodie, you are in your own room within the Rusty Pirate. It's probably 3-4 o'clock in the morning. You're both sound asleep, as sound asleep as you can be, at least in Perry's circumstance, when you have the same dream repeatedly over and over and over again and then have dark void. Although something's different this time. As you're dreaming, that same bridge is extended outwards. The visions and voices from your previous lives are echoing around you. However, at the end of the bridge, there isn't an archway. The large rock-like creature is not anywhere to be seen, and that weird silhouetted figure holding the scythe in the archway is nowhere. The bridge just extends outwards into mist. And you feel like you have control of your body. What would you like to do?
This is really weird. I start running around the bridge, waving my arms, shouting, "Hello! Hello!"
As you run around with waving your arms around saying hello, hello, you feel, it's not so much you hear it, but you feel something say hello to you. And it's coming from the direction of the mist.
So is the mist either side of the road, or is it down?
It's down where the archway would normally be. Behind you is just complete blackness, and the bridge sort of doesn't exist beyond that point.
I nervously start making my way forward. Like, hello, is Gwen?
As you begin making your way closer to where the mist is, it's almost like, it's not like the mist is sort of encompassing the entire void in front of you. It's almost centric to the bridge itself. It doesn't go underneath it where the river would normally flow. The River of Souls would normally flow. It's just on the top of it and almost like a perfect dome shape. It's thick, it's grey, it's black. No, if you walk into it, you're not going to end up in Barovia, so don't worry about that. But as you get closer to it, you feel something squeeze your hand. And as you look down, you watch as almost extending from you, this golden aura flows out and forms into a hand, which begins to form into an arm, and then the silhouette of Gwen next to you as she's trying to pull you back. And just as you go to look back at the mist, you see two piercing red eyes look at you, and this large silhouetted figure begin to rise out as Gwen pulls you out, and you're back in the room and you wake up.
Oh my god, these dreams are getting weird. I will say, for Elodie's purpose, I've taken many, many duvets and made a nest where my bed would be. It basically doesn't resemble a bed anymore at all, but I'd probably just sit bolt upright and just start going, journal, where's my journal? Okay, new notes, great. And start making notes of what happened in the dream, probably a bit too loudly for the time in the morning.
You journal.
That's why I
as
don't have a
well?
roommate.
I think she's just like slowly coming awake and is like, what is going on? But then clocks you just being like, journal, and it's like, oh yay, we have something in common. You journal as well?
Yeah, not by choice. Hang on, I need to get this down.
Okay.
Wait, no, go back to sleep. It's fine. I'll be done in a minute.
Oh no, it's actually not that far off when I'd get up anyway.
But it's dark.
Yes,
And we had a traumatic event yesterday.
we did. Yes. I'm an early bird.
Okay, whatever floats your boat.
It's fine. You do that. I can sit here and read if you need to.
Sure, just give me a moment, and I kind of like have it set up, so I kind of like put myself between Elodie and the journal, so she can't quite see it quite yet. I'm just kind of looking suspiciously. Eventually finish, pop it in a bag.
Yeah. Sorry, that's me doing an imitation of Perigon behind.
Yep.
Every time.
Pretty much.
As you go to put the book into the bag, you hear outside one of the doors close, and you hear muffled voices that sounds like arguing. Both of you recognize the voices as Tally and Lilla, and you hear them descend down the stairs.
For the podcast listeners, I'm signaling some hand signals to see if Elodie wants to do a sneak.
She is nodding. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm going to ask you both to roll a stealth check.
Ooh. Ooh, dirty 20.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
no, that's got. Okay. 21.
Nice. So you're both able to sneak out of the door. There's a little bit of a creak to the door, but it's not enough to get noticed. You both slide out and get to the top of the stairs where you can hear both Lilla and Tally arguing downstairs. And you sort of creep down a little bit so you can maybe get a vision of them without being seen. So that's fine. You're not going to get seen. But you can hear them both arguing. And Lilla is going, look, Tally, look. No. Tally is going, look, Lilla, you just had a traumatic event. You just had an entire building falling on you. I need you to go to the infirmary to get checked out, please. I can't carry on with what I need to do without knowing if you are fully okay. And as you're looking, Tally is fully dressed, although the shirt, she is in yesterday's clothing, but her shirt is slightly untucked and as if she's still trying to get herself ready. Lilla is not wearing her full armor or anything. She's got her leather trousers on, but she's got more of a sort of like tank top on. And you can see that she's rubbing her chest. And I think for Elodie, with how much you've traveled with Lilla, you to get to Merkstead, you know that Tally has Lilla, sorry, name's confusing, does have a what looks to be, although you've never seen her with a top off or anything, but from the tank
I
top,
actually
you know,
canonically have, Josh.
We all have.
you all have, yes. I forgot that she's a naked one.
Naked one.
The naked one. So yes, she's covered in a lot of scarring, but when she's wearing a tank top or something, it's very. One of her scars in particular sort of stands out above the rest, and it is a really bad cut or stab wound or something that goes just underneath her left collarbone, down probably over where her lung and heart is. I think the heart's on the left side, but yeah, they are in dwarfs.
Was that there before, or is that new?
That was there before, but it normally just blends in with all of her other scars. But because she's rubbing it at the minute, and she's got the tank top on, it sort of amplifies. It's the sort of thing you go, oh, that's actually there, sort of thing, rather it blending in.
Mm.
But she's rubbing it. She's like, no, look, Mum, all right, I'm going to be fine. I just need to have a really long nap, all right? You know, I exerted a lot of energy and I just need to sleep. Look, all right, whenever you get hurt or whenever you get back from one of your big adventures, you always end up sleeping for a really long time. You need to get that checked out as well. I'm concerned with the amount that you sleep when you've exerted so much of your power. She rubs her chest again. Yeah, I know, all right, whatever. I'm just going to go have a nap. If I don't feel right when I wake up, I'll go to the infirmary, all right? Fine, if I can't make you go, then please just take some food up with you, and just I'm going to come and check on you in a few hours, and if you're not any better, I'm taking you to the infirmary, and I will hear no arguments from it. Otherwise, I will tell your grandfather. Oh, fine. I mean, I think he's in enough trouble with everybody else as it is, but okay. And you walk as they both go into the kitchen.
So they've gone into the kitchen. We're still out in the corridor.
You're still out on the corridor. You're just at the top of the stairs, so you can see the entire bar area in front of you. There is nobody else around, not even the owners. They're not walking around. You can hear lots of stuff going on in the kitchen, so the owners are probably in there at the minute.
I think Elodie might go in and sort of nod to Perry to come with.
Why?
We got their house burned down.
They've been. Okay, apparently I'm like Tally's aunt or something. Fine. Okay, sure.
What?
Not by blood. It's. I'll fill you in.
Okay. And we'll sort of poke head around the door. Knock, knock.
Oh, hello. As Tally turns to say, oh, hello, both of you. Oh, you're up really early. What are you doing up so early?
Bad dreams.
Reading.
Yeah. Reading? You should be sleeping. You all had like quite a traumatic event last night. You should all be
That's
sleeping.
what I was saying.
Sometimes it's easier to process things by journaling and reading. So, Lila, we didn't get a chance to talk last night. How are you?
She lets out a big yawn. I'm fine. I just need to have a little bit of a sleep, and I'll be all right. Unlike some people who think I need to go to the infirmary, and Lila at Tally sort of looks like she's about to sort of like give her like a flick around the ear sort of thing, but thinks better of it because she's not sure if that's going to do 1 point of damage and knock her unconscious. But she's
Well,
like,
your mother does make a good point, and I suppose if I was going to have to rest anywhere, I would quite like it to be somewhere where there are plenty of people to look out for me while I'm sleeping, and they bring you free food. And, if you do wake up with a stuffy nose or a crick in the neck or anything like that, there's people that are just ready there to do it. Otherwise, you have to, ask Perry to do it for you or something. And
Plus, at the infirmary, if you play your cards right, they can give you the good stuff.
that all sounds good. That all sounds nice and all of that lot, but they don't let you have your weapons on you, and I'm not sleeping without my weapon, so
Well, hide them, conceal them. You're inventive.
they pretty much strip you down to your cacks and all of that sort of stuff. So there's not really much option to
So
to
we'll come
hide
in
them.
later and pop them under your mattress. No big deal.
Sounds like too much effort. I could just sleep it all off and be fine in a few days. That's what I normally do.
Josh, have I ever seen Lila without her? It's a sword, isn't it?
Short sword, yeah.
Yeah. Have I ever seen Lila leave her? Like when she went to the shower, did she leave her sword in the room, or did she take the sword with her?
When she was in the mercenary company, she left the sword in the room. But when
Okay.
you travelled with her here, when you would have stopped and she would have like taken a wash in a river or something, she literally had the sword in her hand while she was washing.
I'm just trying to figure out, can I do an insight check to be like, can she physically be further than 30 feet away from her sword? Is it like a magical tether type thing, or is it just that she's paranoid?
I would get you to. Investigation. I'd say
Investigation.
investigation or insight. Sorry,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh no, you said investigation. I'm taking that.
that's fine. It's either.
Well, there's a nat 20 for a 26.
It's 100% paranoia.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, 100%. Although from what you've seen of the power that Lila can exude, that is the sword is a conduit for it. So it's paranoia / I'm powerless without my sword sort of thing.
Mhm.
Or that's probably how she feels about it anyway.
Lila, how long have you needed big naps after big adventures for?
About 5 years ago. Is that all right, Mum? Yes, it was about 5 years ago. There was some things that happened, and since then, whenever Lila exerts too much of her energy or magic, as it were, I need to have a big sort of nap afterwards to sort of recoup.
Okay, well, obviously, I do want to ask what happened 5 years ago with that. If that is your personal business, that's understandable.
I mean, you pretty much all know about it. Lila was one of the people that was taken by Kindak's people when
Oh, that 5 years ago.
when
thought that
Bran was killed, and Lila was under the age of was only a child at the time, and their plan was to butcher the people because of what had happened, something that had happened in the town, and Lila decided to fight back and was also gravely injured and spent a long time in the infirmary.
And did they
Lila's rubbing the
investigate
scar.
then? Yeah. Did they investigate anything? When did you get your sword?
Oh, I got that for my 18th birthday. It was my dad's sword.
Had you used it much before then?
I practice with it every now and then, and Mum, like out in the back with the training dummies and all that sort of stuff before they got sent to the pits. But I didn't have it with me when I got taken by the Reavers. So that is one of the reasons why I won't ever be without my sword. And the other reason that I won't go to the infirmary is because I was in there for 10 months recovering.
Okay, that's an easy solution then. You go have a nap and we send the healer over to just give you a pop-in visit. Easy.
You know what? That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I'm full of them.
Yeah. And Lila will just sort of take a tray of food. There you go, Mum. You can sort of be a bit more flexible with things, can't you? And she's got a bit of a sass to her as she goes up the stairs and you hear the door shut.
Creative problem solving, another thing I'm awesome at.
I suppose that is a very good suggestion, actually. I hadn't thought about calling Carden out for our home visit, especially considering the fact that we don't currently have a home. But thank you for that, Perry. That was helpful. I can see the sun's starting to come up now. Would you
We can go and speak to someone right now if you like. You've lost your homes, you've lost everything, and I feel like we need to help as much as anything you need. Let us know.
I do have a bit of a cheeky request to ask, if that's okay.
Anything.
Would you go check on my father, please? I need to get a lot of stuff sorted here so that the mercenary, both Jana has said that I can sort out a table here to start working, and we can operate the mercenary company out of the tavern until we find a more permanent solution, until the building's repaired and stuff. But which means I haven't got time to go up to the ruins to see him. So if you wouldn't mind, maybe go to the bakery across the street and grab some food for him or something. There's not enough here to do takeout or anything like that. If that, I know it's a bit of a heavy ask, but considering
Not
the fact
at all.
that
It was actually on my to-do list today anyway. I need to go and apologise for how I spoke to him yesterday.
And I need to do the opposite.
I have a feeling that there's a lot of conversations that need to be had with Solomon, so with my father. So but if you just wouldn't mind just making sure that he's okay, yeah, I'm a bit worried about him.
Of course.
Okay, we'll visit him at some point today. Maybe bring him some food. Maybe not his favorite food, but something. You rest. And just, perfect excuse for you to just have a 0 day and just have a lie-in. We'll get a healer to come over to Lila. It's fine. We'll
and
check
for
on
you
him. We'll
as
check
well.
this
Were
on.
you hurt at all?
A few little burns, but I've put some cream on them. They're fine, and I just need to change clothes really. But I'll go to the shop later and get some new clothes and stuff. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
All right.
Yeah, you're a tough kid.
I'm older than you.
I'm older than everyone and younger than everyone, and I'm loving it.
Yes. And as you both leave the kitchen area and begin to make your way out of the door, you see, sat at one of the tables, fully dressed ready for school, swinging her legs off of the chair, looking out of the window, is Sunny. And she looks over. Hi, Edie. Hi, Perry. You both all right?
We are. You should be in bed.
No, I decided to get up a bit earlier and get myself ready. I wanted to take some pressure off of Mummy, because I know obviously everybody went through quite a lot last night, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody was okay.
And how are you, sweetheart? After everything, that must have been very terrifying.
My ears don't hurt anymore, which is good. It was scary. I was scared, but everybody was around to help me, so to keep me safe. So, thank you to everybody. Perry?
Yeah, kid?
Why do you look sad?
Oh, many reasons, sweetheart. Many reasons. I actually have a question for you. While I've got you, I kind of kneel down a little bit and kind of look her eye to eye.
Yeah.
So, the lovely painting you did in my room, you know how much I appreciated that.
Yeah.
how did you do such a realistic painting? What was it of? What was your inspiration? Just because it's a bit weird in a good way. Just tell me about that.
I just really wanted to do you a nice picture, and it just sort of came to me as inspiration. I just started painting, and then it's the first time I've ever used paints before. Normally I use crayons, but it was just sort of what's that big word that they say? Something of the moment.
Spur?
Yes, that word. I know it's actually a short word, but it's a complicated word. So yeah, it just sort of took me, and I just did whatever came to my mind.
Weird question. I kind of lean a little bit closer to the whisper. Does anyone ever talk to you that you can't see, or do you have odd dreams that you can't explain?
I don't think anybody ever talks to me without me being able to hear them, unless Mummy's not looking at me when she speaks to me. Does that count?
That does not count. No, it's someone
okay.
you're not quite sure who it is.
Oh, okay. No, I've not had anything like that.
Okay.
A lot of the drawings and paintings I do come from dreams that I have.
They do.
I do that, especially when it comes to when I do pictures of my other mummy and daddy, because I don't see them there anymore. They're sleeping, so I tend to when I dream, I wake up straight away and I instantly have to try and get the picture down as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I forget how they look, and I don't want to forget how they look as I get older. I love my current mummy, but I don't want to forget my other mummy and daddy.
Okay, that's good to do. Obviously, don't forget, embrace future, all good stuff. Keep an eye on those dreams. If anything feels a little out of place, tell your mum, or me, or like one of the other people that is cool and stuff.
I will do. Can I ask you a question?
Depends what the question is.
What would make you happy?
Nothing you can give me.
What about a hug?
No. I'm not a hugger today.
Okay, what about a jelly bean cookie?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, pulls out a jelly bean cookie. It's a little bit squished from yesterday, but it's the last. It's one of the last ones.
One of.
I've got the.
Wait, did you make more?
I didn't make more. No, Rodney made these before everything.
Oh, right, before I took my 90%. Okay.
Yes. You can have my one.
Okay. Thanks, kid.
That's all right. She sort of looks a bit scattered eyes and then looks towards Edie and goes, bye, and then runs back up the stairs.
Elodie is just like quietly crying. Okay. Infirmary, bakery, yep.
Yeah, and I think we have a few things to talk about. Just let me get some stuff from our room.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I will gather all of my important books with my journal and the big old book, because I'm not trusting it just to be left in the room. It's all coming with me. Scythe included, everything.
That's fair. You carry everything with you, and you both leave out of the door as the sun has now come up, and you make your way towards the bakery as you see two figures also making their way towards the bakery. One figure you don't recognize, but the other one is Lucian.
Oh, good morning. You're also up early. Everyone's up early.
Good morning.
Hey, Lulu. Hello, stranger.
Hello, friends of yours, Lucian? Lulu, that's an interesting name.
Yeah, I don't know if I want this connection to happen, so let's just all pretend that this person's a stranger and none of us know each other, bar us three, for obvious reasons.
I
I'm
understand.
Terrapate. You can find me at the Rusty Pirate for the time being if you want to chat about Lulu's mysterious past.
Okay.
Okay, like, this is a no-no square, and we're not. That is not happening. This whole, you guys holding each other's hands, telling each other about everything you've done and multiple lives and all of this sort of stuff. That's not happening.
Oh. You watch as Evelyn grabs a cup of coffee and a bagel. Oh, yes, I'm nobody. It was nice to see you, Lucian, and I was not here. And she turns around and walks off.
I'm going to get to the bottom of that.
But it was nice to meet the pair of you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Watch as she goes up. Instead of heading back towards the infirmary, you watch as she goes another back on herself 2 steps, goes up a sort of side lane, and then walks into a 2-story building that says Merkstead Architects on it. Leaving the 3 of you outside the bakery.
Just so you know, I was just pulling your leg. I don't have much interest in talking to an architect.
That's fair.
Just an architect.
Just an architect.
Not another mysterious special friend from your past.
Ooh, special friend.
No.
But is Lucian blushing?
No. In fact, that you see almost like a bit of like a in the back of his eyes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread the situation. We need to stop off at the infirmary to ask someone to check in on Lilla. And then we were going to get some breakfast and then head over to see Solomon. What were your plans for the day?
Well, my initial plans were to basically avoid all of this until someone came and dragged me back into it. But if you need to go speak to Solomon, I can stand behind you and look scary.
I don't know if I want to face him quite yet. There's a lot. Like, you guys know like a little bit of it, but there's more, and it's a whole thing. And Elodie, that I really need to talk to you specifically.
Yes. No, we ought to do that.
Well, you got 2 options. Well, 3. I can go and get your breakfast, or I can stand behind you and pretend I don't exist and totally ignore your conversation as you go to the infirmary, although I've just been there. So we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll go get breakfast. You go do what you got to do. Have your little chin wag, talk about your feelings and stuff, and then we'll catch up.
Who's
I'll
talking
wait
about
here.
feelings? Ugh.
And sorry, I kind of put you in a box there. That's not very fair.
Yeah, it's the no box.
Yes. It's actually a no-no square. You should express it when people push your boundaries.
A square and a box are the same thing.
Actually, that's not true.
I'm a scientist, I know.
Square is only 2-dimensional.
In a previous life, you were a scientist.
I was.
Well, I suppose it's up to you, Lucian. If it deeply, mortally offends you to learn more about the people you are working with, then I suppose you could stay here and buy us breakfast while we nip to the infirmary.
Perfect. Thank you for thinking of me.
Okay.
See you
I really appreciate that. I'll go get breakfast.
Okay, so you both go your separate ways. This did not go how I planned. You've all just sort of traded places. We'll speed through you both going to the infirmary.
Oh no, we won't, Josh, because we need to have this conversation on the way.
Well, I was
And
going
the
to
actual at the infirmary bit could be scary.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll do you get to the infirmary, you ask for Carden to go check on Lilla, and then you'll have the conversation on the way back, is what we'll do. We'll do that. Before we do that, though, Lucian, as Elodie and Perry both walk off, and as they turn the corner to head up towards the infirmary, leaving you on your own, a couple of people come out of the bakery with foods and products and stuff and begin making their way to their various jobs. Once you've got the food for Perry and Elodie, or neither of them told you to get anything for Solomon, so you don't get anything for Solomon, unless you want to get something for Solomon. Yeah, you can say...
Elodie would have said yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can get something for Solomon as well. And as you walk out of the... brain. Bakery, there we go. As you walk out of the bakery, you feel a heavy hand grab you by the shoulder and pull you into one of the side alleyways. Before you have a chance to react, you've got a forearm up against your throat, pinning you up.
Can I throw D&D at you?
You can.
I can't be surprised.
That's fine. You knew that you felt the presence there.
Can I react and twist the wrist?
You can
and
do,
turn
yeah.
it on them? Sorry, just...
No. Can I D&D you is a brilliant term. As they go to put their hand on you.
I think you'll find I cannot be surprised.
Just wait until we start using the new rules.
Can
be. But I'm guessing that's the alert feat.
No, unless I've misunderstood. Oh, I've got danger sense. Oh, no, that means I've got advantage on dex saving throws.
Okay. That's fine. So the figure pins you up against the wall. You instantly recognise the figure. Anyway. It's Crag.
Oh.
Your friend Crag. What the fuck happened? Why didn't you tell me Silly was injured?
Well, one, I didn't know where you were, and two, I would not be doing that. That's how you're going to get a nose broken.
Fine. And he quickly lets go, because even though he is also an orc, he is of the Reds variety, so he's considerably shorter than you are. And he's like, fine, but it would have been nice to have at least been told that our friend got bloody hurt, all right? I had to bloody hear.
If I knew where you were, I'd have told you.
Well, I was in the bloody tavern. I work there at night. I bloody heard you all come in. I didn't get a chance to come out. Well, not you anyway, because you weren't there. But I heard the others come in, and then I heard the dwarf woman, the blonde one. I heard her talking to the owners about what had happened and all that sort of stuff. We could see the bloody smoke from anywhere in the bloody town.
So I didn't need to tell you what happened then?
Well, no, I know there was a bloody fire, but I didn't know that Celia got bloody stabbed. I'd heard that they'd taken a stabbed elf friend of Lucian's to the bloody infirmary. Put two and two together, what do you think I got? 6. What?
Do you need a little bit longer? Or are we...
There is so much more that I could vent at you about, but Celia came to me before she got stabbed.
Outside this pub, right?
Outside this pub, yeah. She came to me, I don't know when she got stabbed, but it was before she went to do something that she was asked to do for you. And she asked me to look into some things for her, a group that goes by the initial CB. They like to cry. You getting what I'm putting down? I'm hoping she told you something before she was put into the infirmary.
Crying beggars.
Yeah. I was just about to say, out of character, you would know that as crying
I was
beggars.
just going through my notes of things that I've... Right, yeah.
Right, well... And he looks around just to make sure that there's nobody listening or anything. He's taking you to the side alley right next to the bakery that leads to where the back end of the bakery is. Every now and then they'll have like a open door thing at the back of the bakery where it's like really early in the morning. They'll give out bread and stuff to people as they go past, but it's not happening at the minute, so it's very quiet here. I did some research did some looking into the group for Celia. They're pretty dangerous. They're a group that are comprised of both homeless people as well as spies that operate out of various towns and cities throughout this kingdom. Their headquarters, he says with quotations, is in Ostragos, apparently, where they have a heavy influence there, but they're starting to sow their seed here, as it were. And the rumor has it that they had a number of these journals that Celia said you'd been looking for. And we're looking to sell them off for a high price to the other idiots in the mountains.
So, I can't remember. Did Celia figure out where they were, or were just underground? That was as far as she got.
Cilia had found out and had told you that they were operating out of the underground network within Merkstead operates out of an underground area underneath Goggle Springs.
Yeah.
And the entranceway is in Goggle Springs' basement.
Have you noticed that all of these gangs and stuff are all like crazy big? Like there's no just local. What happened to just local idiots and local gangs?
Well, there's those ones. I've heard rumours like in the pub and stuff of this group called the Sparrows. They're supposed to be like a local goody two-shoe group that doesn't seem to be that big. It sounds like they're quite spread out.
Doing a good job.
Yeah, obviously because of everything that's going on. But I heard that because that dwarf guy in the mountains, don't know what his bloody name is, the leader of the other idiots, because he wasn't too keen on paying the massive price hike on each of the books, that the person who has them is looking to auction them off in about 2 weeks' time.
No, do you know where this auction is going to take place?
It'll be in that underground place underneath Goggle Springs for something that is supposed to be secret. Everybody seems to know about it.
Do you know how to get an invite?
I can ask around. I mean, I don't want to end up like Cilia, but
no, I think unless people just give you the information, don't push for it.
Right, I'll see if I can.
But he seems to be a little bit too willing to just kill each other. Crime doesn't pay when everybody's dying. Like, none of this makes sense. Like, how are you supposed to swindle people if you just keep stabbing them in the street?
That's true. Well, I'll tell you what. I've got some work coming up at the docks, so I'll see if I can keep an ear out there. Obviously, working in the Rusty Pirate has its advantages as well, so I'll see if I can hear anything, and if I do, I will. What's the best way to contact you? Where are you staying now that the old company's burnt down?
Well, I've been mainly in the infirmary where Cilia is. Maybe go speak to Cilia. She'll find me much easier than you will.
Right.
I don't know where this is all taken. Just keep your head down and only get the information if it's just offered. Don't push for it.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's
well, I need to
also,
go.
Oh, sorry.
I was just sorry, mate. I was just going to say that I need to go see Cilia later anyway, so I'll check on how she's doing.
I'll have some coin inspiration to you as soon as I can as well. I think we've all gone a little bit too long with this just all being favors for friends.
Right, yeah, okay. That sounds good. Right. Just next time something happens, whether it be to you, to Cilia, even to Evelyn, and even that prick Jonah, if anything happens to any of them, please come and tell me.
Well, I want Jonah and Evelyn to not even hear the whispers of this. They already know, obviously, what the locals know, but I don't want them involved. It's going to make it way too difficult. If Cilia's getting stabbed in the street, how the fuck are we supposed to protect those two?
Right, okay. That's fair.
All right, keep your head down. And also, you owe me a sausage roll as he looks at the floor at the one that he knocked out of his hands.
Immediately, it was Solomon's, I reckon. Right, yeah, okay. I best go start my shift at the tavern. Talk to you later.
Sparrows as well. See if we can get, if they're goody two shoes and are willing to have a scrap, that could be really helpful.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find out a bit more on them. They're a bit elusive at the minute, but I'll see what there is I can find.
Yeah, you could probably ask questions about them without getting your ass handed to you.
Probably.
Mm.
And he walks off. I'll see you later.
It gives him a punch on the shoulder.
He falls unconscious. He just walks off. Where would you like to go now? Are you going to head straight to Solomon's and wait for Elodie and Perry
I'll
there?
stand like where the road is from the infirmary to Solomon's, I'll just wait sort of like halfway-ish.
Okay.
The Perry and Elodie to sort of come back on themselves.
Okay, so we will now flick back to Elodie and Perry. You've both made your way to the infirmary and requested for someone, doctor, preferably Carden, that's who Tally asked for, to go and check on Lilla. And Carden has agreed that he'll go once he's done his rounds a bit later on, but he will go by and check to make sure that she's okay. And as you both leave the infirmary, you can now have your conversation.
We'll probably at the infirmary will have sort of popped in to Celia and said hello and just sort of, we don't need to do it, just kind of like pleasantries, make sure she's okay, and then would have
She doesn't reply because she's currently in a coma.
Yeah. Okay, so what is this?
So you're Angel Fallen. Is that right? Angel Fallen.
What?
It's a known, Josh. It's a known thing that Angel Fallen exist, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It is known, but they are considered to be, because they can blend in with the other species very easily, unlike Fiend Fallen, who always have like horns or tails or something. It is very considered very rare to see one.
Okay.
Yeah, so Elodie is not reacting, what is that concept? It's more of a, what, me? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the wings.
Oh, no, that's Aravis.
No. Those were Angel Fallen wings.
No, but you...
I don't know if mine are. To be... It's so what's the deal?
Okay.
What?
Do you... Okay, so we've talked about everyone,
Mhm.
and Aravis is the one that has the wings, but you don't have anyone,
No.
but you can't see them. You don't have your own, but you can see that Brahm has a fox.
And a
But
shadow arm, apparently.
okay, but you don't have. So where do yours come from?
See, that's what I want to know. I've been doing some digging, but the weird thing is, right? Angel Fallen traits are things like you have the wings and occasionally you glow, or your hair's perfect. When I didn't realize this, and I asked Solomon specifically when I woke up, what am I? What's with my amazing hair? And he told me nothing.
Right.
But when you were Aravis, you insinuated there were things we needed to talk about and that you had suppressed things that were important to know.
I was Ember.
Oh, Ember, sorry.
No, but it's confusing because, I mean, this is, I think, Aravis isn't here right now.
So one of them's not... I thought they were always...
They are, but Aravis is new?
What are they? I mean, I think I've asked before, but I know that they're birds to you.
Yes, they're the menagerie. They've just always been here as long as I can remember. Although no one else has ever been able to see them. And I've just, I suppose, over the years, learned to hide them. People don't... You all were the first people who seemed to accept the fact that they might be there and not tell me to shut up about it.
Did people tell you to shut up about it and that you shouldn't talk about your wings?
Mother and father did.
They sound like the worst, but are they... So they don't have this?
Not that I know of, and they didn't seem to... They didn't seem to accept that I did either. They just said that I was making it up.
That doesn't sound... well, I'm sorry. That sucks.
They said I was making it up and never to tell anyone else about it.
I don't mean to pry, but your parents sound really unsupportive and a little dodgy.
I had a memory. When Aravis first visited me, I tried to... Something about I don't know, there was an underground and lots of people and lots of chanting and... I don't know. I don't know.
Like a ritual?
Maybe? I think I was very young. I thought that... So do you think you are angel blessed?
Well, like, I would have assumed so, but certain bits of information don't entirely add up. And if I was angel blessed, I don't think Gwen was angel blessed. She was just an elf. So I think it's me, the spirit. But at the same time, Solomon was extremely reluctant to talk about anything relating to that. We had a joke about starting a business out of my magic hair, for God's sake.
Oh.
For Guardian's sake. Sorry, slip of the tongue.
Of course. And Gwen is the woman who this is her body and you are in it. Is
Yes.
she also in there?
Yeah, but the weird thing is, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Can I... Sorry,
Okay.
like, are you
Alright.
actually trustworthy? Are you just gonna kill me? I mean, that sounds really weird and out of pocket, but are you?
I don't think I could if I wanted to.
Okay, I'm gonna level with you. I'm extremely desperate to be able to trust someone right now.
Okay, I would love that too.
I pull you into an alley. I'm just like, okay, so
Okay.
my previous life, I was a dragonborn. You know that?
Yes,
And I knew Solomon, Kimdak, all the people.
right.
We went to the ruins up in the mountains, and I absorbed ether.
Yes.
I became a giant pink dragon.
Yes.
And then while I was fully conscious, my entire party, including Solomon doing the killing blow, murdered me. And
That's
then
awful.
Savannah, who is the creepy sorceress lady from the photograph,
Yes.
stood over my dying body and said something along the lines of, I'm going to make a lot of use out of this. And then she started the rising.
Out of your dead body. Out of the
Yeah.
dragonborn turning into a dragon, the dragon's dead body.
Yeah.
There's so much. There's just so much.
Yeah. You see why I'm kind of freaking out right now?
Yes. No, I do see. I feel like Solomon must have answers to so many questions, but I suppose it's getting the answers out of him that's pertinent. But it feels like, if you'll excuse my language, the shit has hit the fan. Ooh,
There's more.
what?
There's more.
Okay.
I traveled with Solomon for 100 years, previously to being a dragon.
Okay.
And we explored below the ruins where he is right now. I found an old church, not to the Guardians, but to the gods. The dead gods, the fallen
Oh.
gods. And I found a book.
Fallen. Okay. Wait. There was a thing, and she gets out her fairy tale book, flips it open to the notes that she'd been scribbling. Nat flicks through her notes to find the phrase that she'd written down. The fallen. The ultimate power can be obtained by releasing the fallen. Gods?
Or singular. I take out the book. I flip the pages. One of them was sealed away. And I had a memory in that church. I don't know what's going on.
Which, Josh, one of the gods being sealed away, is that law that I would know?
Nope.
Which one?
Although, I will ask you to roll me a history check.
Okay. 12.
So, that piece of information is not something that you would know because the gods aren't widely known within the world. It's sort of like they become more of a myth sort of thing than anything. However, there is something in the back of your mind that is sort of scratching away either one of the menagerie or just your sort of inkling that you have heard that phrase fallen before, and not in terms of Fiend Fallen, Angel Blessed sort of thing, but you've heard it used in the context that Perry is currently using it in. But you can't pinpoint where.
Well, that's isn't that what I was talking about? There was the doing the research on the 7-pointed star, and there was a phrase: "The ultimate power can be obtained by releasing the fallen." And the word began with G.
From that, yes, but there's something else in your brain now that you're really focusing on it that's itching at the back of it that you're like, I have, other than this piece of research that I have, I've heard that turn of phrase somewhere before. But you don't know if it connects to what Perry is saying.
Okay. Specifically fallen gods or just fallen?
Fallen.
Okay. Do you know which god was sealed away?
I don't know their name. I know their symbol. I flick through the book. This one. And they correspond with a figure that haunts my dreams.
Does that symbol pop up? Is that any of the symbols that I've seen in my research in symbology?
It's not a symbol that you recognize. Josh needs to quickly double check what the symbol is because my brain just gone blank.
Also, sorry for the massive info dump.
No.
And Josh, you trying to remember everything.
No, it's fine. You're all right. We needed info dump to be. I mean, obviously, going on my on the Roll Together Google Drive isn't going to help me with that. I need to go on my Google Drive. Yes. So as you flick open the book, there are two things that you see. The first is there seems to be a list of symbols with text next to them that is in a language that you can't read. And as Perry's flicking through, there is one page before that list, which is almost like you would think of it sort of like a family tree or a hierarchy system. And when you look at that, the first three symbols, there's three of the god symbols at the top and the rest are underneath. And the third of the top three symbols is the one that Perry points to, which is a partially shattered one-eyed skull with three triangles in tight formation spiraling.
Okay, that's specific. Symbol. Actually, Josh, I'm going to ask you to repeat that in the break and I will write it down then.
That's fine. I would like you to make me a history check, please. Again.
Oh. That's a 16.
So with the 16, as Perry points at that symbol, there is a brief flash of memory that comes through for you, Elodie. And it's a memory that or a time in your life that you thought you'd long repressed. Something that you had experienced recently, but just before you met Lilla, during your origin episode. And you see a bunch of red cloaked figures with a symbol of a skull on their chest with a 7-pointed star behind it. And with that history check, you sort of put two and two together that if you were to add a few more points to this triangle, it would make a 7-pointed star behind the skull.
Red cloaks. Is that symbol complete or is it a partial? Is it like on the page? Does it look smudged or?
The oddly enough, considering the fact what information is in this book and where Perry found it, the book looks like it is completely unfazed by age. Like you could crack it open and it smells like a brand new book.
Does smell good.
Mm.
Don't get distracted. How old did you say this book was?
Like ancient. And what's more, the ancient script, comprehend languages will not work on it, no magic will, but it's the same script as in my ancient journal that we found in Solomon's secret room.
Oh.
When I said I was older than everybody, I meant it.
No, I get that.
I'm unfolding my my conspiracy map from my journal now. I'm pointing to different bits.
I'm gonna take the glove off her left hand and hold it next to the symbol. If you imagine a skull on my hand, can you see how they would overlay? Do we think that this is an evolution of that one. They've just lost the skull along the way.
It would make sense if a god was sealed away, that people would try and resummon them. That sounds like something that would happen in like a fantasy novel or something, right?
Yes.
So, Josh, can I envision this? Does it seem natural?
Seems like a natural.
Yeah.
I'd say because you've got the book and obviously the sort of pathway to there being gods in existence, sort of, or having existed at some point, it's not far stretched that Perry could put the two and two together at this point.
Yeah, I'd say that looks likely. I'm glad I showed this to you,
Okay.
because there's a link. What I will do now is I'm going to swear you to secrecy. What Savannah did, and what Solomon did to me, I don't know who can trust. You seem relatively okay because you're basically a child, but a very intelligent child. I mean, that as a compliment is fine.
You are very old, I suppose.
I'm also a month old.
Yes. Yes. My real name is not Elodie, if that helps. As leeway for trust.
Kind of looks at you and kind of does a once over. If it's not Elodie, what is it?
Minerva?
Doesn't suit you.
My parents gave it to me.
Well, and they were assholes.
I do prefer Elodie, but,
You look like an Elodie. You feel like an Elodie.
thank you. I don't know what an Elodie would feel like. Really, I don't know if I've ever felt properly myself, but, I suppose there you are, some leverage. I will try to do right with this information, and I promise not to cut you down unless you go on a rampage and start cutting other people down.
Well, even if I'm on a rampage, like, if there's a chance that it will end, please don't just straight up murder me.
No. Promise.
Pinky promises are sacred promises. You know, if I break this, or one of us breaks this, our pinkies gone.
They will completely break, yes.
Yeah.
Gone forever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're in agreement.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Do you remember anything about anyone with red cloaks?
Josh?
You can roll me a history check. I'll also say that when you both do the pinky promise, there's a spark of electricity between your hands.
Ooh. Angel, fool, and promise. Maybe, if that's what we are. I don't know.
I suppose we both have very similar eyes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
She takes the headscarf off. I have never had a problem with my hair.
It's lovely hair. Oh god, yeah! It doesn't do the tangle thing! If you cut it, does it regrow? I've not tried with mine yet.
I've never cut it?
I take out a knife and I just cut a little bit of Elodie's hair.
Oh. Watch the gold bit.
I got the brown bit, it's fine.
As you cut a little bit of Elodie's hair and hold on to it, a few seconds pass, and the sort of light shimmer that there is to Elodie's hair, which is almost unnoticeable, but you can notice it, fades away.
On the hair on my head or on the bit of hair?
On the bit that's been cut off, very similar to Rapunzel in Tangled when the hair gets cut.
Right.
Very similar to that.
I guess there's no magic hair business, but...
Well, that's a relief that people aren't going to shave me for magical hair.
Yeah, it was a plan at one point, but not you. We were going to do me and then hope it regrew and then sell it more for wigs. But, you know, it's dead in the water. History check.
Yes.
14, 15, 16, 17. Oh no, I've got -1. I was thinking of another character. I wasn't reading it properly. 13.
13.
13, yeah.
You don't remember any red robes in your history. However, there is the briefest moment where it's like, Did that happen? Am I just picturing it because LED's just said it? But you could have sworn that there was a red robe down in that church.
I can't remember anything about Red Rose specifically, but I think that I should take you down to the church, see if you can find anything there. I've just got a feeling.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Once we've got breakfast, spoken to Solomon, so many things.
Oh, one final thing. Does the awakening or the reawakening ring any bells?
Nope.
No?
I'll find someone eventually.
I mean, it sounds very thematic along the lines of, like, releasing fallen... You said before, old gods trying to be brought back.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that
sounds
a
very
sort
on
of
brand.
capitalized, the reawakening?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Would it be connected to the undead? Those sorts
Maybe.
have been reawoken.
I think Solomon knows exponentially more
Agreed.
than he's been saying. And I think that he painted himself as my friend when I woke up, saying, oh, you can trust me, bring all of your findings to me. We're besties, have been for years. I think, A, how did he find me? B, he's keeping tabs on me to make sure I don't get too much information.
Okay, so this is the other thing I was wondering, because it seems there's a lot of coincidences in terms of, I mean, I don't think Lila is capable of subterfuge or lying if she wanted to be honest. I think she is very much exactly what you get. But the fact that she found me and brought me here, what was she doing in Abercathis? Oh, insert name of the town that I said that Elodie was supposed to be coming from.
Do you slip up in game, or is that
I think it was Mestis.
No, she slips up in character. What was she doing in Abercathis? Mestis.
You know, I was supposed to go to Abercathis. I've got a letter of introduction to the university library there.
Oh. That's where I was.
Oh, I was supposed to go and learn about divine history from there.
Huh.
When I woke up with the reincarnation thing.
I could show you the exact section. Didn't spend much time researching it properly myself, but I know exactly where it is.
Well, we'll make sure it's safe for you there first, because you said you were on the run.
I would not like to go back there anytime soon. Although it's not particularly been safe for me here either, to be honest.
No, until we figure out how they're tracking us down, because they seem to have been able to track us down specifically.
This is what I'm concerned about.
Right. So it could be the mark. I'm wondering if it's angelic things as well.
Like they're looking for people with yellow eyes?
Or maybe they have a way of tracking where people with celestial bloodlines may be.
Okay, put a pin in that. But apart from just us, though, if we think... Brahm, his parents used to work for Solomon as well, right? And he's been brought back into the fold. And there's something about... Hera knows Solomon has been here a while, but it feels like there's strange connections. I've not quite figured out... Lucian was brought in by Solomon as well. He has brought us all together. And the fact that there are coincidences between us two, between you being able to see Brahm's fox, whatever that is, and whatever's going on with Hera is similar to you as well. Remember the amulet?
Yeah.
There's connections. Udric as well, I've not quite put my finger on. But there's something.
Solomon is up to something.
I mean, if there were 7 of us, I'd be really concerned. Fortunately, there's only 6.
One quick question. You're not particularly religious, are you?
Not really, no. My parents didn't really have anything, no.
Good, because I'm pretty sure the Guardians hate me. So
Okay.
don't go praying about this, please.
Noted. Shall we?
Yeah, I could use some breakfast.
I'm very hungry.
Sorry for the info dump, but glad I know can trust you
Okay.
and that your pinky will literally break if you break that promise. Also,
Yes.
you know, there'll be a more slicey consequence as well. But let's not dwell on that.
Okay.
As you both make your way past the bakery, you can see Lucian is up where the general store is, which is just before the slope that leads up to what was the mercenary company, and the three of you can meet back up.
Your coffee's cold.
Sorry, we had a lot to discuss.
Luckily, I like cold coffee, as long as there's sugar in it.
We sort of like pulls out all the stuff and passes it over. There's a little bit of dirt on your sausage roll, but oops.
Did you drop it?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's, minute rule.
That can be Solomon's sausage roll.
It's fine with me.
Shall we?
As you all make your way to the top of the slope to where the building is. At this point, Bram's not here anymore because Bram had stayed overnight with Solomon, so he's not here. But the entryway to the vault and the basement area below is open for you to go down there if you'd like to. However, for the minute, I think we should take our 5 to 10 minute short rest. So please do come back in a moment where we are going to see if the group are going to have a conversation with Solomon or potentially do something else. Come back in 5 to 10 minutes and find out. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. We have had our short rest. We have restocked our drinks, and we are coming back into and we've also got popcorn, and we are bringing ourselves into the next. When Evie bought that in, I thought that was cauliflower and cheese, and I was thinking to myself, why?
Just a little snack.
Yeah.
Why not, Josh? Why not?
To be fair, it's probably something I'd do because I love cauliflower cheese. Anyway, in the first half of the session, our group met up, exchanged places, which was terrible planning on my part, and then met up again and went and have begun making their way up towards Solomon's. There was some very in-depth conversations that were had. I'm not going to try and reiterate what was said because that would be the entire second half if I tried doing that. So there was good conversations that I had. Go back and check it out. And we come back into the session as you are all currently stood in the ruins of what was once the Solomon's mercenary company, sort of stood at the top of the stairs. The vault doors leading to where all of the information's kept, where Solomon's staying, is currently open. However, you all do know that there is a inner vault within there as well. It's still quite early in the morning, so Bram has just left or is nowhere to be seen at the moment, and Rodney's not here at the minute. Rodney was here in the last session, but it's too early in the morning for him to be here at the minute. So, but anyway, carry on. What would you like to do?
Are we still? We're just kind of walking up. Can see it ahead.
Yeah, you're sort of in the doorway of where
ruins.
smoking. It's still smoking. It's still a bit cindered. There are still cinders and ashes around, and you're sort of in the doorway, or what would have been the doorway that leads into the mercenary company.
As we're approaching, Perry begins to get a bit more antsy, kind of skipping ahead a little bit, occasionally just shaking, little tiny bits of black feeding into the eyes. Like, okay. I can do this.
I will say, now that the building has burnt down, it is no longer, because it's not there anymore, blocking the view to the cliffside that's just next to that the mercenary company sits on. And you can see just at the bottom of the cliff is that large sprawling beach that is Merkdead Beach.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Peachy, great. Really looking forward to yelling at someone who's
We don't
supposed to be my
have
friend.
yell at him. We could go in with a, "Hello, how are you feeling this morning? We've got some serious things to ask you," instead.
Pretty sure the last thing I said to him was that I would straight up murder him if he lied to me again, and I'm not feeling that energy is completely gone right now.
Okay. Do we need to get rid of that energy first?
You know what? That's a good idea. We can talk to Solomon later. I'm sure he'll still be the same scumbag in like 12 hours or 8 hours or whatever.
I mean, I would like to speak to him before 8 hours.
Yeah, you know, just ballpark
If we
estimate.
need like
Maybe
a
in
little
like
run around the town or something first, and then
does not know what to do, hopping from foot to foot. Decision dilemma. Roll dice. Yeah, let's have a walk around town. You know, I wanted to speak to Stacy. I've got other things to do before we hash it out. Anyway, it's fine.
We could go kill some stuff.
I think you mentioned to me at the end of the last session about the diary.
we've told you about your book.
You did.
Yeah.
Are you by stuff? Do you mean drowners?
Aye, and there's one could say quite the reward at the end of the beach.
You don't need to be coy.
Hello.
It's my book.
Yeah. Do you want to go get it?
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
punch
let's
him.
do that.
Lucy, you did get hit quite hard by them last time.
Ah, it'd be fun. Just make sure you got plenty of bullets in your shooty thing.
In my gun?
Each their own.
Did you see her when she shot someone last night?
I did. I also saw when she shot one of the drowners. It's epic.
Terrifying. I'm not even sure what a gun is, but I want one.
Don't understand it at all. There was nothing around when I was out.
Well, there's a sort of chemical and physical reaction involving a very hair.
I believe you misunderstood. I don't really care how it works. It's just cool.
Oh, okay.
I do have another question. So you have a drink, and then another personality comes out. Can I have one of your drinks?
I don't know if it'll work on anyone else. And actually, on that, I've not really had time to make any more because I didn't have any facilities at the tavern.
So this is a good learning experience for you.
Elodie doesn't fight.
She could.
Mm.
You've got two
Yeah.
badasses next to you to pick up the slack. It's great practice.
But
What's
what if
this?
I'm not good? Without...
That doesn't matter. If they get close enough, you don't have to aim anymore anyway.
What?
Believe you me, we could have Sunny between us as the training wheels, and we would just kind of set it up like you were learning to ride a bike, but it would just be that there's this drowner that is so easy to hit. It would just kind of, take away the mystique of murdering monsters.
But if they get too close, and then I can't do anything about that, and then I'll be covered in drowners, and then I will die.
As you talk, can Lucian just gradually just guide Elodie, just into the direction?
You literally throw the sausage roll down the stairs for Solomon, and
Yeah.
you just turn and as Elodie is very panicked, you sort of turn and direct back down the hill, and you can make your way back towards the tavern, back towards the Rusty Pirate, and then down towards the dock area, which gives you access to the beach, which obviously both Elodie and Lucian had been previously because they tried to get across the beach before getting attacked a lot.
As we go, I will say, so tell me, how did this get down there? Where are we going? Is it underwater? Also, why are there so many drowners on the beach anyway? There's a lot.
I think it's a problem. Well, hopefully it's low tide. Otherwise, I hope you can swim.
I don't know if I can swim. I haven't tried in this lifetime.
Grew up in a desert.
And I can't swim either.
Oh well, what a
no.
shame if it's low tide. If it's high tide, we'll just have to turn around and go speak to Solomon.
We could get a boat.
Do you know how to?
See,
drive
why out of all of the things we didn't think of just getting the floating device?
This is why I'm here. I'm the smart one.
Oh.
Can you drive a boat?
Don't know if I don't try.
Uh,
I'm sure it's easy.
What's the
Everything comes
tide? Is it low or is it high?
do any of you know how to? No, of course you don't need to use a boat. You can fly. Ugh, you're all useless.
Lucian, can you roll me a d20, please?
That's an 18.
The tide is high.
Oh,
Someone
shit.
needs to hold on.
If we go to the docks, I might know someone that might be able to throw a rowboat or something our way.
Okay, good. This is one of these mysterious contacts.
Mm-hmm. No square.
It's mysterious contact is. It's fine. You don't need to be poetic about it.
I'll also call you Lucy.
I'll think about it.
Try Lulu. He loves it.
Yeah,
Make your way to the dock area, and it doesn't take you very long to bump into somebody who Lucian may not necessarily have a contact with yourself, but they know your appearance, or they know your description from Crag. It is a that's an interesting. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what it is. It is a rather large man, standing about 7 foot tall. He
taller than me.
has a big. He's not. The thing is, though, is he's not an orc. He has a big mustache that covers his mouth. Basically covers his mouth. Completely clean shaven everywhere else. This big, almost like handlebar mustache that just sticks down. The pointed ears that might show that he is of elven descent, but he's not. What's the word? He's not. Doesn't have an athletic build like you might typically think of for an elf. He's very heavy set with a large pot belly, and he's quite tanned in the skin because he's been out in the sun quite a lot. And he's got big hairy arms, and he's just lifting. Yellow eyes, bald head with the sort of similar the rim of hair going around, and he just picks up a barrel that's full of fish and lifts it up with one hand and puts it down to be onto a sack barrow that's been taken down towards the docks because the ships come in overnight that's being loaded up. It's not as big as the Golden Maiden ship, but it looks like it's more of a fishing ship. You can see when you get down to the dock area that there are no rowboats in the water. All the rowboats seem to be sort of not. Some are on the dock, some are upside down on the beach, and others seem to look like they've been hoisted up underneath the quay area and are tied up underneath it. And this large figure sees you approach Lucian with your rather unique sort of look with the tattoos and everything. And you must be Crag's friend, right?
Right. You know if any of those boats would mind disappearing for couple of hours?
Why? What are you planning to do with it?
Our business, depending on how much gold you want.
Oh, friendly piece of advice. The reason why all these boats are land-based. Nobody takes a rowboat out in these waters.
That's okay, so nobody will miss it if we use it.
No, but some people might miss you. The rowboats don't go out because the drowners can get into them too easily.
I'll just sidle 2 gold into his hand and just say, let us worry about our own problems.
Are you sure? It's your funeral.
Yeah, well, like I say.
Okay, as long as you're sure. And you watch as he goes towards where a bunch of the other dock workers are working, and he comes back and he's got what looks to be a relatively small knife in his hands, but is probably the size of a dagger. And he cuts 2 of the ropes while grabbing the 3rd rope of because along the entire key area that you're currently stood on, there are ropes all around it. And you watch as he just kneels down and cuts 2 of the ropes and then holds the 3rd rope and sort of guides it along. And as he gets to the edge, he hangs himself out a little bit and sort of pulls and tugs at this rope, sort of throwing it over his shoulder while he's pulling. As this boat, you would have heard this rowboat smash into the water when he cut the ropes, and he pulls it out and ties it up so it's there at the bottom of a ladder that you can climb down. I mean, I'm going to say to you now that this is not a good idea, but and he passes the gold back to you, I'm not going to be the one responsible for 3 people going missing because they wanted to go out on a rowboat.
Wanted is a strong term.
Mum's a word. Don't worry. If we die, it's our own problem. We don't plan on staying on the boat for too long.
Right, well, just whatever you do, try not to make too many sort of frantic motions in the water because that'll attract them and their claws will rip through this boat like paper.
Stay close to shallow water.
Right.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
Oh no, this is a terrible idea.
Then why are we doing it?
Because it's fun and it's my journal. You'll be fine.
He finishes untying, and this entire time he's sort of had this conversation with Lucian. He's not really looked at any of you. And as he goes to hand you the knife to cut the rope when you're ready to leave, he clocks eyes with Perry. I recognise you.
You recognize me? Who do you think I am, buddy?
Somebody I don't want to mess with. Good luck. And he walks off.
If he tries to pass the knife to Lucian pulls his hands away very quickly and sort of like steps out the side so someone else can take it.
I take it.
And he walks away.
Before we go, Josh, you said this guy has yellow eyes, but his hair was not great, right?
No, he's got no hair. No.
Okay, fine.
Well, he's got like the I don't know what this bit's called. He's got bold on the top,
seat.
like a toilet seat. Yeah, like a
Toilet seat.
He's got a toilet seat. It's like a toilet seat. Yes.
Like a monk.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, almost like a monk. Yeah, like somebody who's balding.
Sure. Okay, fine.
Yeah, his hair doesn't look in the best of conditions. I would say if anybody wants to, they can roll me a nature check.
I mean, why not? Not nat 20.
Oh, that was 0.
I mean, it tracks with Perry with how old you are, but for Elodie, you, as much as you're trying not to tell people, you have come from the city of Abercathus, which is a largely multicultural city. So there's plenty of different species there. And although this gentleman has yellow eyes that might make you instantly think that he might be angel blessed, they're more bestial, which makes you think he's some sort of animal folk, but you're not. But there's not really much in terms of his features that gives away what he might be.
Cool.
But as he walks away, every now and then he turns back to look at Perry and then carries on walking.
get a chipper wave every time. I just say to my companions, I think that's someone I may have met last time or the time before. Not really sure, but
What do
He
you reckon?
recognizes you now.
yeah.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon you pissed him off, or you were nice to him?
I don't know much about when I was a human, but when I was a dragonkin, I was very scientific. So I don't imagine I would have pissed him off then. I don't know, maybe he's just very perceptive.
I'll keep an eye. I'll ask Crag about him.
Yeah, you do that. It'd be interesting to know. Like, I just want the boat for now, but maybe we'll circle back at some point.
Sure. Do you want me to row, and you can do the slashing as creatures approach the boat with Elodie? Or do you want to roar, and I'll do what I can to keep the creatures off the boat?
No, I think if you row and maybe prove to us that those muscles actually work for what they're intended for, I'm happy to do some slashing, and Elodie can shoot anything that comes out or go in to get the. Like, is it really underwater, or is it at like a station out there?
I think once we get to the tunnel, we'll see how submerged it is.
Okay.
Because,
tunnel.
well, yes, it was like a cave, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a cave that was towards where the mountains are at the edge of the beach that Cilia would have had to have accessed on foot. But when it's high tide, you might need to navigate round it, sort of thing.
Also, I'll be rowing close-ish to the shore because, as far as I can tell, none of us can swim, so we won't be going any deeper.
If it didn't draw any attention, I would just jump in and test it, but that might draw drowners here. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Let's not endanger the people at the docks.
Right, let's see how this goes. I'm also picturing the boat is tipped onto one side where Lucian's at.
Yeah. So as you begin the descent down into the rowboat, I'm not going to ask anybody for perception checks here, but because this is the first time that you've all seen Merkstead from this sort of point of view, at its lowest point in terms of land mass to sea and all of that sort of stuff, and you know that Merkstead is in sort of like a bay area. When you look out to where the boats have come and gone, you can see that there's quite a few buoys that are floating around, along with where the cusps of the bay meet. There are buoys that are there. For Elodie specifically, because you're quite tech-minded, you can very quickly work out in your head the whole, math thing going around in your head, that each of these buoy things are 5 meters apart, except for there is a couple of gaps there. Now, when you first heard about the Drowner missions, the beach is normally protected by a net that is covered across the bay, but something has happened that has caused the net to either be broken or damaged, and which has allowed drowners to get through. So the mission was to try and clear the drowners out, and then a repair team could go out and try and fix the net. So that was the original mission that was on the job board.
In this any sort of preliminary research that I would have done about drowners in general, would I have picked up, do they respond to any they sight, sound? Is there anything are they particularly attracted to sound over visual or anything like that underwater?
Very much like sharks, it is sort of like the motion in the waves sort of thing. So if they feel that if it's like you're swimming in the water and splashing around, they'll pick up on that and hone in on that. So if you were to throw a stone in, they're not going to pay any attention to that. It needs to be something that is actively thrashing around in the water, or splashing around in the water like your oars would do.
Okay, so visual. Static visual effect. What I'm thinking is, while we're on the docks, Elodie would sort of grab little bits of shrapnel, some either pebbles or loose bits of chain or that kind of thing, and as we sort of push out, will have been sort of being like, I want to try something. I would like to use magical tinkering to create something that might act as a lure. But based off what you've said about it needing to be like a non-static visual thing, rather than doing a visual effect, I think she's going to use magic the way that she knows how to, because she's kind of read about other types of more arcane magic, but she mostly knows blood hunting. And she's going to prick her finger and try and magically infuse that into a stone with magical tinkering. So I would like this to emit the odor of human blood underwater.
Yep.
I'm hoping it might work in the way that it would for a shark. Perry, could you throw this for me as far away as you can into the sea?
Sure, no questions asked. Hook.
Make me a strength athletics check, please.
Cool, I can do that. Okay, that is a 12. That makes it an 18.
18. That goes very far. I was trying to work out what the throw distance would be, but it goes very far.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see if that works at all to pull any of them away from us.
As soon as
What
it
was
hits the water, you start seeing splashing
okay.
around in the water.
Note to self, don't bleed in the water.
Right,
However-
let's get going.
You've just proved why you absolutely should be on missions like this.
Great.
And you begin rowing. Now, does anybody have water vehicle proficiency? Okay, so I'm going to use the new 2024 rules for tools because I love it. So let me I have the book here. Let me just quickly look up, because water tools is not one that I've looked at before. So I just want to quickly...
anything to do with intelligence, I'm writing.
I would just like to double check, because I prefer this way of using the tools, because it doesn't penalise you for not having proficiency with them. So I just don't know if water tools are in water thingy. And they are not. So, which is annoying. I will get you to roll me a... so because this is a rowboat, I'm going to make it a strength-based check. So it's just strength, no proficiency or anything on it. No athletics.
Yeah. That's a 13.
15. Okay, so you're able to keep...
Oh, 1 free.
23?
No,
One.
1 free, 13.
Oh, okay.
That'd be nice, though.
I thought you said 15 and then went 23. So you have a +8 strength on its own? What items have I given you?
I love that Josh really wanted us to do really well at this. So he was like, oh, you're 15. Yeah. Mike's like, no. Oh, a 23. Yeah. Mike's like, no.
Yeah.
I imagine we're going very quick, but we're not going in like a straight line. It's like one way. Another way.
Well, the plan, from what the gentleman above had told, and from what Elodie knows, these things work very much, the drowners work very much on a sort of shark basis. So motion in the water, as well as blood, draws their attention. So rowing slowly would prevent them from being able to sense you, which is your intention when you start rowing. But because you don't sort of begin moving, you sort of have to put a bit more into it before you actually start getting that movement, which causes the oars to thrash around under the water a little bit. And with the stone having been thrown, they're not on you straight away, but they are aware that there is something else in the water, is what I will say. But
I can have up to 4 objects at the same time going. So Elodie will be like infusing like as many of the, well, she'll infuse 4 total, and then I think as we row further, if needs be, like I can let the spell on the first one go and like find any old little bit bodkin to do it again. Like if it helps kind of keep them away from us to a very dangerous degree, I'm happy to like start rolling a d4 for actually taking damage or something. But basically, I can kind of keep chaining the rocks.
Cool. So I would say that a rowboat's movement speed is probably 50 feet in 6 seconds, especially with the current and everything sort of helping you out. And with it being high tide, so you would need to throw a stone basically every turn if you were to do this in an initiative-based order. In fact, yes, let's do this in an initiative. Let's roll initiative. Let's do that. This is going to be the easiest way to do this. I won't have combat music going because there is no technical combat here, but it would be good to, because each of you can do something while you're in this rowboat. So, what did Perry roll?
12.
12. What did Elodie roll?
14.
And Lucian.
4.
Okay.
I'm back, baby. That was a natural 1.
So I will roll for the drowners because they will have a reaction to whatever is going on at that point. I rolled a natural 20. My life. Damn it!
Rowing. If I'm
I don't
rowing,
want my players to die.
oh, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Josh is going to be more stressed about this than us.
we're gonna turn Elodie into a monster. But I've learned all these lessons from these 2 barbarians. Don't go with the barbarians.
Next level up,
Welcome to
Elodie
the
goes
Barbarian
barbarian.
Bros. So, Brobarians, that's better.
Brobarians.
Right, so
Everything's a good
we'll
idea
go
if it's
to
angry
the
enough.
top of the round, which is the drowners with a natural 20 for a 22.
That's okay.
They begin moving closer towards you. They're not like moving, dashing to get to you. Yeah, they're just moving towards you, and you can see the silhouettes of their forms in the water. If you were to count them, there looks like there's 15 of them because I pre-rolled it. Then it's Elodie's turn.
Gonna make another rock, hand it to Perry to throw.
And Perry can make an athletics check to throw.
Nat 20 or 26.
So with that, you throw this rock so hard that it goes out of the bay, goes beyond the netting, and you watch as more figures begin jumping on it outside of the netting. But you do watch as the silhouetted figures that have been getting closer to you do turn away and begin moving away. And you can see they don't have fins, dorsal fins like a shark does, but you can see like the thrills on the top of their heads pop out of the water as they come up and go back down again. And they begin swimming away. So they'll use their move, because it's blood, they'll use their move and dash to move away from you.
Really
So-
hope there's no lasting consequences for getting them trained on the smell of my blood.
Is it your blood specifically?
Holds up a finger that she's pricked that is bleeding. How do you
You're
think
gonna
I'm
need to get
infusing
the
them?
Sorry.
How do you think I'm infusing them?
Well, let's hope that your blood doesn't smell any different from someone else's blood, I guess.
Yep.
After Perry's throw, we've got Lucian. If you'd like to make me another water vehicles check, please, with strength.
Yes, I'm going to take my hand wraps and wrap them round the paddles and then back round my hands to give me a better grip, and then I'm going to rage, so I've got advantage.
Go for it.
Rage roll.
Excellent use of rage.
That's an 11 with advantage.
Oh no. So again, you splash around a bit more. You don't it's going to go to the top of the round to be the Drowner's turn. You can't see them because of how far away, but I will tell you now as players that they are beginning to make their way back. It seems that they are drawn. They move faster when it's blood and slower when it's motion. So that's their turns. We go to Elodie and Perry. We go to all of your turns again. So you can do the same trick again. So we'll keep doing the same thing over and over again until you can infuse, because once you infuse a new item beyond 4, a previous item dissipates, doesn't it? Yeah. You can keep doing this. You travel another 50 feet. I will tell you now, the cave is over 500 feet away. So you're going to be doing this for a little while.
Great. Yeah.
Because it's quite a long beach.
The system works.
Yeah, system's working. So if there's at any point anything different that you want to do, or if you have a bonus action or something that you want to do, just interrupt me and we will do that. But at the minute, now that it gets back to Elodie and Perry, can you make me another athletics check as you are past another stone?
Yep, that's not as good. That's a 10.
A 10. Okay, this one doesn't go as far. It probably goes about 40 feet, which doesn't sound... So it still sounds quite far, but for Perry, it's not that far. And you watch as the drowners, they'd actually moved 40 feet to get back, so it pretty much lands on their lap and they pounce on it. They are very close. Then we go to Lucian's turn with another strength-based check, please.
Can Perry backhand me as a bonus action?
I will allow you to extend your rage as a bonus action because that is in the new barbarian. That is a new barbarian thing.
Excellent.
Okay, Perry doesn't need to beat me.
Barbarians can now extend their rage with a bonus action. They can't have their rage extended by being smacked anymore. So they either do it by attacking, making somebody make a saving throw, or using the bonus action. But if you use a bonus action to do it, you can make it last up to 10 minutes.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh,
Should be
useful.
good for a while then. That's a 13.
13. Unfortunately, that doesn't beat the DC. As you carry on rowing, your oars are still flailing around in the water a little bit.
This is a lot harder than it looks.
Gently.
And as it gets to the top of the round, and as the battle music starts to hit, as you get 150 feet away from the dock and the quay and everything, while obviously directing yourself closer towards the shore, you're sort of not... If you were to jump out now, you wouldn't be able to stand up. It's still deep enough for you to sink, probably about 15 foot down before you reach the seabed. But the drowners begin to move. They don't begin to move because they're still distracted. On their turn, they will be able to sort of... Yes, they get to you, but they can't start attacking yet. So you can see they are all around the boat as combat music now hits. Before anything else happens, Perry and Elodie, you now have a choice to make. Do you want to throw another rock, or do you want to start hitting the things that are surrounding your boat?
I mean, we'd probably try and throw a rock to get at least some of them away, so there are less things right next to us.
Yep.
And
At
if
the same
it's...
time, we don't want them, like, more than 2, maybe, to get onto the boat because it will just go down.
Yeah.
I've got to have a good roll in me at some point. At some point, it's got to happen.
Well, that's the thing. I've been debating because I have guidance now as well, but the rock is the thing that's been keeping them away.
Yes, no, the rock is definitely the priority.
Okay, we'll try one more rock.
Yeah. Well, no, I can if they're within hitting distance, Elodie will just sort of look at Perry and sort of look at her own weedy little arm and go, "It's fine. You hit them. I'll try to throw this one."
Okay.
Okay, so can Elodie make me an athletics check, please?
She can try. Oh, that's apt. That was 2.
It might distract them, just very close.
It's more of a drop.
It's more of a ha. It's like the Kate Winslet's elder version character in Titanic, where she goes to throw it and just goes, and just drops off.
Wasn't in that one. I didn't drop it in the boat.
No, you didn't. Yeah. You drop it, it falls into the water. You watch as this was going to be 2d10, but it's now going to be 1d10. Aptly enough, you watch as 2 of them go after the rock, and the rest are all around. Lucian, you have a chance to try and pull away from them.
Do this!
Yep, and get yourself a bit closer to the shore.
Oh, and if Perry's doing out.
Perry has not been throwing, so Perry can attack if.
Oh,
I was gonna.
that was a 2 and then a 17. So 17.
17, right. So you are able to push away, and unfortunately, the sort of stealthiness of doing this is sort of lost because they're all around the boat. But with that 17, I would say you're able to push the boat that much further because you're like, shit, and you can go an extra 25 feet. So you've gone in total 225 feet. You've got another 275 feet to go to get to the cave entrance. And you've also pushed yourself closer to the shore, which means now all of you are above 5 feet tall. So you are now, the seabed is now 5 feet below you. So Perry's hair will be seen if Perry was to jump in the water right now.
It'll look great though.
Yeah.
Amazing.
As we get to the top of the round, combat music has started, and 13 of the drowners are going to try and attack you.
I will point out I didn't actually have a turn.
No, so what would you like to do?
I want to hit one of the drowners if I can, because they're quite close.
Go ahead. Go and make me your attack rolls, please.
Oh, and bonus action, enter rage. Barbarians!
Barbarian's gonna rage.
Yeah. Oh god, it's been a while since I've played, and I'm like, barbarians? How? What? What art thou?
Barbarians what?
Yeah, so I will do an attack. That's good. That is a 22 to hit.
Van Debbie Dozy. Now there is 13 of them around you. I am just going to say you attack the first one. That is on my list. So go ahead and roll me some damage.
Okay, so I'm raging now, so that's a d12 plus 2 plus d6 plus 2 of necrotic.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points of damage on that drowner, please.
As you swipe your scythe, having to go into the scythe has to go into the water in order to get one as it's beginning to surface. You catch it right. So your scythe goes under the water, doesn't make contact with the head, but dips into its body. And as you pull the scythe out of the water, the drowner is on the end of your scythe. And as you swing it around, it falls off and flies into the water and smashes down, causing a very small splash wave to sort of go over all of you. The drowner is still moving around, but it is very damaged. It is bloodied, which means it's under 25% health.
I think they finally found their natural predator.
So we are going to have these drowners attack the boat, I think. Actually, no. Yes, the boat. We're going to have 4 go for the boat itself, and the other 9 go for the rest of you. So, as they begin to pop out of the water, it's physically impossible for all of them to get to you, so they're just sort of going to be clambering over each other. So it's not going to be as many attacks as what you might think it will be. So I'm going to do 5 attacks, as 4 of them will not get over you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These attacks will be against 1 each, and then 1 extra against Perry and 1 extra against Lucian. So against Perry, we have an 8 and a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
16 hits, so I'll roll that in a moment. For Elodie, we have a 13 to hit.
Misses.
For Lucian, we have a natural 1 and an 11 to hit. Natural 1 for a 6.
And 2 misses.
Awesome. So that 1 bit of damage against Perry is going to be 4 points of slashing damage, which you can choose to half. And you need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That I can do.
Lovely. You can choose to half it if you
Yeah.
like.
If you want to.
If you want to.
I got 15 on the con.
15. So as one of these drowners jumps out of the water and slashes at you, catching your forearm, doesn't do as much damage to you as what it thought it might have done if it could think. But you feel as this scratch comes across you, your arm begin to stiffen up, but you're able to shake it off as that effect doesn't happen. And then we're going to have 4 attacks against the boat. I would like somebody to take a note that the boat has got 20 hit points.
Oh God.
1, 2,
That's not enough.
3. Uh-oh. Not when I roll a natural 20.
Ah.
That's rude.
It has an AC of... Hang on, where's my boat stats? It has an AC of 14, 20 hit points. So,
Question.
is...
Are these within 5 feet of me?
The ones that have just attacked you are, yes.
Okay, so if any of them make an attack, regardless of if it hits or not, against a target other than me,
Yep.
I get to attack them.
As a
As
reaction.
Sentinel.
Oh,
As my reaction.
yeah, you only get to attack 1 though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
cool.
there's still 1 less to attack the boat, hopefully.
Cool. Okay, so what we've got is a 14, which will hit the boat, a 12, which won't hit the boat, a natural 20, which will hit the boat, and a 13 that won't hit the boat. So 2 hit, 2 miss. In total, the damage against the boat is going to be 6 from the non-nat 20, and from the nat 20 will be 6, 12 in total because of crit rolls. So that in total is 18 points of damage as they've literally just started clawing away at the boat and it is beginning to fill up with water. Perry, you can make your attack against one of these ones that is attacked with your reaction.
Cool, I will do that.
Like I said, these things go through these types of boats like paper, which is why there's none on the bay.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Cool. And let me roll all that damage again. Oh, okay, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points of damage.
Oh my lord. Okay, pick a number between 2 and 13.
11?
I realised I started naming all of these things A, B, C, D, and I thought numbers is going to be easier. So you smack one of these drowners for a heavy amount of damage. It is still alive, just still alive, but it it didn't like that hit.
No, I believe that its movement is now reduced to 0 as well.
Oh yes, because of the sentinel feat, so it cannot swim away from you. Awesome. Sorry, I just want to change that from letters to numbers. Okay, so that is the drowner's turn. So that is going to make it Lindy's turn.
Okay.
These drowners are beginning to claw their way onto the boat, and you've got claws coming from beneath the boat and water beginning to fill up very quickly.
Okay. She is not noping out, to be clear. I think at this point though, Aravis is gonna pop in and become protective, and you just see as Elodie is like screaming and just kind of freaking out, the wings, the sort of gold at the top but tattered and necrotic at the bottom, just kind of sprout out, and she's sort of almost without sort of actively doing it, realizing it's like she's being a kitten being picked up by the scruff of the neck, but as the wings kind of pull her up a little bit, will that do attacks of opportunity if I'm going directly upwards?
I'm going to say, yeah, normally it would, but none of them are actually physically in the boat. They're climbing up and slashing,
Okay.
so I would say that it wouldn't.
And then I think the logic is still there of it is better to try and get some of them to go away and deal with a smaller amount than try and just pick one off. So I'm going to do one last magical tinkering, throw the rock. Hopefully a bit better than a 2 this time. It's a 4?
It goes a little bit further. It goes a little bit further, and it distracts 3 of them.
Okay.
So 3 leave, the other 2 come back. So
Great.
Trade it around.
Great, I'm helping.
You're flying now, so you can't be attacked. So you're good.
That's real helpful to my my compatriots. But
Yes.
yep. Sure. Well, that's action, bonus action.
I'm going to roll a physical dice for this. I need to roll something. 1 second. Okay, that changes things a little bit. I need to roll something else. Okay, right. So it's there. Sorry. All right, okay. Is that everything on Elidy's turn? Yep, so we move to Perry's turn.
I've had an idea. It's not too creative. Just don't get too excited. As a bonus action, I will activate my necrotic shroud with the massive tar dripping spectral wings, and any drowners within 10 feet of me need to make a charisma save.
Bear with me, caller. Because
Good call.
yeah, I do not want to be unfair and say I'm going to roll 1 dice for all of them. So I did not mean to roll that like that, but we've got a. Do you say wisdom save?
Charisma.
Charisma. Oh, let me just.
I'm assuming they're not good at that.
I think you'll find they're actually all incredibly sexy.
They're all incredibly
Sexy bitch.
charismatic. So I accidentally rolled 1 dice. So I rolled a 4 for a 2, and then I'm going to roll the rest. So we've got that would be 7.
Nope.
30. No, sorry, this is me just saying the number of dice I
All
rolled. That's right. 730. That's 713 dice in total. And the others have moved away, although I'll say they're still within range of this. So another 2 dice. So we have rolled a total of a -1, a 6, a 5, 2 11s, a 1, a 0, a -1, a 15, a 5, a 9, 14, and 2 4s.
Anything 10 or below fails. but 11 or above passes.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that pass, and the other 11 fail.
Great. So the ones that failed are now frightened.
Yep.
And have to move away.
Incredible.
And I still have my action, so one of the ones that passes, I will hit.
It's squished.
I will give them a squish.
Give them a squishy squish.
Nearly a nat 20, not quite. So that was 19, so 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
Excellent. I don't know why I asked. Yeah. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? Yeah.
Another 20. Cool. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
5.
1 and 4.
Oh, 1 and 4, sorry.
That's right.
2?
2. Okay, so you seriously damage, just to make that more simple for me, I've kept it to the first 4 are the ones that don't get frightened. You almost kill another one of these drowners. There is a lot of blood and rotten flesh currently in the water as you slash into one of these things. These drowners don't seem to be affected by their own blood, so aren't hunting themselves, basically. Yes, this one is bloodied and very nearly dead. That's 3 that are very nearly dead, but the other 11 are running away.
Cool.
Well, they will on their turn anyway. Next, we have Lucian's turn.
Is the boat intact or is it completely gone?
It's on 2 hit points. It is currently sinking.
Let's see how far we can get it before it sinks. Off we go.
Go ahead, make me an athletics check.
21.
Fantastic. Right.
That'll do.
That'll do. That gets you basically to the shore. So now, if you were to jump out of the water, it would just be up to your ankles. The water would be, but you are able to move with beating the DC, and with it being over a 20, I will say that you're able to, and with the drowners attacking you, sort of propelling you a little bit, and having one less person in the boat, you can move 100 foot this time in the boat. I'm probably getting like this scaling thing well off. I don't care. It's fun.
We've turned into a speedboat.
It's turned into a speedboat. You're now 175 feet away from the cave entrance. In total.
Is it worth us giving up on this boat if we can just... How deep do you say about our ankles?
It would be just up to your ankles if you were to jump out now and start running.
Oh. Well, the high tide isn't as deep as we thought. Oh, well.
It is quite deep. It's just that when the tide goes out, a lot of the bay area is sort of... The water goes a lot lower and it's not as high up on the beach. But you've been, with the high rolls, the last 2 high rolls that you've had, you've been able to sort of propel yourself towards the shore by quite a lot. I mean, I think in total there's 175 feet for you to get to where the shore is while still going towards the cave. So it's quite a distance that you've gone in 12 seconds.
I'd like to point out that Elodie only flew up a little bit and has stayed static, so is now like 100 foot behind where you are.
Whoops.
Oh, dear. So, you know how we think we're going to protect her?
She can fly.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
How high off the ground is it? How high off the water is Elodie?
I mean, she went like, what, 5 foot above the boat? I mean, they might be able to jump, but she can go higher.
Yep, they can jump. Oh, no. Okay.
I mean, I flew 10 feet up. 20? My movement's 30.
You can go the 30 feet up if you want.
I don't know if she would have gone that far away. Maybe 20 feet.
I will say the one downside to you moving 100 feet away is that the frighting condition is, although they can't move towards the boat now because Perry is the source of their fear, they can still do their normal stuff when they're when they're outside of that 30-foot range that fear gives. So they can jump out to attack you.
Yeah.
Hell, okay.
Yep.
Before we move back to the top of the round, you hear a loud splash come from the dock area. And that's it. And we move back to the top of the round and it's the Drowner's turn. Yes, I'm going to roll a d10 to see how many of them are going to attempt to get you.
Can they jump 20 feet out of the water? That's very high.
Not 20 feet. Did you say you went 20 feet up?
Yeah.
Okay, then no, they won't try to jump out at you then. Sorry, I thought you were saying you were staying 5 feet up. So no, they don't.
No.
They are circling around you because they can't move closer to Perry.
Great.
So
that's fine.
That is the end of their turn, which makes it Elodie's turn.
I'll action dash to fly 60 feet towards them. Yep. I'm not going to catch you up, but I'm following.
Your wings last for a minute, so you'll be fine, won't you?
Yeah, I should probably keep track if we're doing speed rounds.
Perry.
There aren't any near us anymore, are there?
4 of the 4 that aren't frightened of you have begun moving towards the boat. But
oh, sorry, I've got a bonus action. If I'm action dashing, I've got a bonus action, so I will do
that thing, yes.
Yeah, Blood Curse of Binding. I will pick one of the healthiest looking one that's left that looks like it's kind of following along out of those 4. And can it make a strength saving throw, please?
Yes, one of the healthy ones that is not frightened. Rolls a strength saving throw for a 10.
Fails. It is now cursed. She's with the still bleeding finger has drawn a sigil in the air and thrown it down at this creature, and its speed is reduced to 0. It just sort of
floats there.
I don't know, floats there. Can't take reactions.
Awesome. So that was one of the ones that wasn't frightened. So a healthy one. So I'll put that as number 3. Number 3 just stops moving in the water and is bobbling along like, I can't do anything. Sort of thing. Yes. Is that Perry? So instead of 4 swimming towards you, 3 are now swimming towards you. Although even with their move and dash, because they've got a swim speed of 40 feet, they're still 20 feet away from you, so they can't get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Right,
I?
you said.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Just
go on.
I do. Lucian just sort of pulls out one of the what are they called? One of the oars, and he turns and looks, and he's sort of almost like looks to the tunnel, to the cave, and looks to you, and then kind of like turns around. That's all I'll say, just to sort of help make a decision. Basically saying, "Go get the book."
Oh, cool. Are you?
It just to sort of for you to help if you wanted to. You can either fight or Lucian's almost saying.
I kind of look over at Elodie and I'm like, do I abandon the baby of the group? Lucian's got this. I give Elodie a thumbs up. I jump out the boat and I start running.
Jump out the boat and start running towards the shore. Move, action dash. Awesome. Jumping out of the water and being ankle deep in it is not going to impede your movement, so you can move. What's your movement speed? You say
30 foot.
30 feet. So you move 60 feet, so you're now 115 foot away from the cave entrance. So just keep that in mind. But you do get closer. No activity from the water near the cave at the minute. At the end of your turn, that makes it Lucian's turn. Lucian, are you stood in the boat with the oar, or?
I'm going to start backing up towards the cave, but I'm going to turn around and hold my action and wait for the free drowner, because I reckon I can take 3. Not the rest, but I reckon I can start with 3, and basically just hold anything going, because I can just picture all 3 of us trying to go in that cave and then all 3 of us getting trapped in there. So,
okay. Are you, when you say you're backing up towards the cave, are you doing that in the boat, or have you jumped out of it and sort of let it
yeah, the boat.
die
I'm
its death?
I'm assuming the boat's dead. So.
Yeah. As you get out, the boat sort of knocks into the sort of the sand of the beach that's under the water and sort of wedges itself in and basically mini shipwrecks itself as it sort of sinks the rest of the way.
I grab the other oar, and I'm just dual wielding 2 boat oars.
Amazing. Okay, so at the end of your turn, there is motion in the water near the bay. It looks like something is torpedoing towards you lot.
Nice.
NPC's gonna get themselves killed.
But because of how far you've gone, whatever it is not going to get to you till the next turn. We now move back to the top of the round. It's the Drowner's turn. The ones that are sort of circling around Elodie as you've gone too high up, they begin moving towards this new source of motion in the water. The other ones that are the other 3 that aren't frightened of Perry clamber out of the water and begin making their way towards you, Lucian. I would say that they've only got a walk speed of 30 feet, so I don't know how that's going to translate between 40 foot and 30 foot. So they are just getting out of the water when their turn ends. So they probably get like 10 feet away from it. So they're not quite within range of you. Next turn, they'll be able to get to you, though.
I'll launch one of the oars at one of them.
You can do that now if you want to, as a reaction, or as a sort of like held action thing. But you said you were holding your action, so did you?
That's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Do you want me to just use my unarmed, or would you like to assign a dice for a paddle? Or
Roll it with, I think a javelin is 1d6, maybe 1d8. Roll it as a d6.
D6? Or...
Yeah. And pick a number, 1, 2, or 4.
2.
2, okay.
4. 6. 12, 13 damage.
13 damage as you sort of lob this ore towards this group of drowners. It sails through the air and twists sort of at an angle and embeds itself in the head of one of these drowners. I need to make a roll. You did 13 damage, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so
Oh, has it got undead?
it's got undead fortitude.
Endurance,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, dang it.
DC was 18. I rolled a 12. So it embeds itself in its head, and then the ore embeds itself in the head, and then it just falls backwards onto the sand, the ore sticking upright.
You just hear like a little from Lucian.
Amazing. Okay, so that makes it Elodie's turn.
Okay, with my slightly raised up position, can I see what it is that's torpedoing towards us?
Something big, maybe large. It's quite close to the surface of the water, so I would ask for a perception check
Sure.
to be able to determine exactly what it is.
Perception is 17.
17. Looks to be a large humanoid
Under the water.
under the water.
Is this an elf dude?
Moustache man.
I mean, it's large man, probably.
Because I thought he might have been animal folk. Maybe he's shark folk.
Shark folk. Wah. Sorry.
Okay, so from the original point, right, so point A was where Lucian rode 100 feet away from.
Yes.
Yeah, did he row any further after that, or were you just 100 feet away from point A?
No, I started walking, so I'd have walked 30 feet, so 130.
130. So I flew 60 feet, so I'm 70 feet behind you.
Mhm.
And the drowners were... They got to point B. Point A was the start of the 100 feet. Point B is the end of the 100 feet, and you went another 30 feet beyond it.
They're 10 feet beyond that 100 feet, so they're technically 110 feet. They travelled because they're just on the shore. Those
So-
three.
60. I went to 90, then I would be within 20 feet. Okay, so I Lucian's only got 2 coming towards him, right?
No, 2.
He's
Yes,
knocked
because
one out.
you cursed one.
Yeah.
And then I killed one.
Yeah,
There was 4.
Killed one.
Yeah.
One's cursed.
The,
so
the
there's
one
just
that
2.
I cursed is now released from the curses to my next turn.
Okay, so that one is still directly underneath you at the minute before you start moving. No,
Okay.
it's 60 feet back because you moved 60 feet, cursed it, then moved 60 feet, didn't you? So yeah,
Yeah,
it is
It's at
60
point
feet
A.
behind you.
Okay, sure. I think seeing that Lucian has just 2 left to deal with, and actually they were already slightly injured, those ones, right?
One of them was, yes. One of them is
slightly
one of them is quite healthy.
Whereas I've got like 1 just beyond, and then there were like another 7 or something
Something like that, yeah.
going for torpedo guy. I think Elodie is going to sort of clock that Lucian is taking care of things and Perry has disappeared, and fly back 30 feet, so she is within range of the one that she left stunned, and she's going to try and shoot that one.
Okay.
Blow its head off.
That is a 19 to hit.
Even
Yes.
even with an additional AC for being underwater, that hits.
And then do I want to Crimson Right? In
Crimson
my
Right.
research about drowners, do I think they are immune or vulnerable to fire damage?
They are definitely not, from your extensive research that you've probably done on drowners, because they're quite a threat across the entire continent. You do not, from the research you've done, they are not immune or resistant to fire damage.
Then, as she is flying, she's going to take the little injury on her finger and squeeze it even more, and sort of trace sigils over her gun as she goes. So I lose 4 HP for that. suppose it kind of makes makes sense, the amount that she's been putting into these little pebbles as well.
Yeah.
But I do now get an additional d4 of fire damage. Oh, that's a bit rubbish. Okay, so that's 7 piercing, magical piercing, plus 1 fire.
Nice.
8 damage.
8 damage, thank you. My brain just went numbers. Ha ha ha.
Bleep bloop, beep bloop,
Bleep, bloop,
404.
bloop. Yes, that takes quite a heavy amount of damage from that. It is almost on half hit points.
Ooh.
From that one shot, as you just basically point down and shoot, and it goes right through its sort of back through the spine area. Probably blows out the other side, but you're not 100% sure.
I think as well, because this is the first time she has fired this gun as herself. She kind of like had been like doing the crimson right on the gun and okay, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Just, you know how to do this. Just point. And sort of in her head, Celerimus is on one side and Ember is on the other, and they're both helping. Like, it's fine. You've got this. Just point it and pull the damn trigger. It's okay. I've got it. And fires it. And then it's sort of like to all of them being like, I did it. Lucian, I did it.
As Lucian just throws the you can't see, well, as just from a fun aspect, you can't see Lucian you can see Lucian, but he's sort of like vision is blocked from the drowners, and as you say that, one of them just falls backwards with an awe in its face as you go, I did it.
Lucy just does like and then just goes back to the other two.
And I find it funny as well that when you fire it, because you don't quite expect the recoil on it, you fly an extra 5 feet in the air. Awesome. Okay, so is that everything on Elodie's turn?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So we move to Perry's turn. Perry, you are 115 feet from the cave entrance.
Cool. If I dash, I can get another 60 foot. I'm tempted to Misty Step another 30 feet, but I kind of want to keep that in reserve in case I need that with all of the water going on.
We've still got to get out.
Yeah, we still got to get out. We've got to take that boat. I don't know. We'll figure it out when it comes to it.
Like climb the cliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just dash some more. There's nothing else that needs attention where I am, right?
Not really, no. So you move and dash, and you can see the cave. You are 75 feet away, so you can clearly see how you can get into this cave. You could have taken the boat into the entrance because the water is quite high up. So you could have easily sailed in with that. Or you can climb up on the rocks and sort of jimmy your way around. It looks like it's going to be quite awkward to do it, and probably would have been better on the boat, but you have got a way to do it on foot if needed.
Yeah, cool. I'll probably do the on foot area. Just
You sure you don't want to dive in the water?
Sorry?
You sure you don't want to dive in the water?
I do want to see if I can swim, but now may not be the best time.
That's fair.
No splashy.
We will check it out on the beach episode, which this is not it. At the end of Perry's turn, that takes it to Lucian's turn. What would you like to do, Lucian, on your turn?
I would like to crush another one with my next paddle.
Yeah.
Are you lobbing it, or are you just going to walk over and bat the shit out of it?
Stuff it. I'm going to go meet him and just start crunching some heads. I'm sure Perry's got it. Even if Perry can't read Celia's special markings, hopefully they just spot them. So, crunch. Oh, that's only a 13 to hit.
13 hits. Would you like to hit number one on number one or number 4?
I'll start with the hurt one.
Yep, which is number 1. Yep.
Let's that's 15 damage.
That's overkill, but I will allow that to... Oh, I need to make a roll for it first, actually, before I say anything else. So it's going to be DC 18. That's a natural 1, so no. So you deal 3 points of damage to that one, and I will say overspill with your ore caving the head in of 1. You smack the other one for 12 points of damage.
Nice. And then I guess I'll grab it then. It needs to make a athletics. With all of me bits and bobs. It needs to beat 25.
I rolled a 7 for a 9.
Can I just grab the other one by the throat and sort of just lift it up in the air a little bit?
Yep. Yeah, so it's trying to claw at you.
Nice. That's my turn.
Amazing. I can do that noise. Other noises I can't do.
It's a good noise to have ready.
Thank you. It is now the humanoid creature's turn, and as it is torpedoing its way towards these other drowners that are making its way towards it, Elodie, you watch as a flash of lightning appears underneath the water as the water sort of explodes outwards up, and you watch as bodies begin to fly all over the place, and in the center of this almost like mini tornado is this figure. Looks very different to what you saw on the shore. Instead of his humanoid form with the yellow eyes and the ears and stuff, he's now got black and brown fur-like skin over his body, 2 large tusks that go down from his mouth, and he's holding in his hand a large glaive that sort of forks out into a 2-pronged trident. So it's not a trident, it's a dent.
Bident.
A what dent?
A bident.
A bident, yes. He has a bident in his hand that is crackling lightning on it. This is a... basically, he's a walrus man, or in this world as they are known, Varley. As
That's much more dignified, yeah.
Yeah.
he's a Varley, and his rather portly belly is sort of turned more into a 6-pack, and he's not wearing a shirt now at all, and he's just blasted a bunch of these things away. He hasn't killed them, but he's caused them to sort of go flying as he dives back into the water and begins swimming towards you.
And we just hear goo goo gajoob as he's swimming along.
Yeah, he's playing the guitar as he goes.
Sorry, I my brain was like, make a stupid pun. Did he actually? He didn't attack any of them. He just swam past them.
No, he
knocked them flying.
dove down and knocked them all flying. There's electricity sparking between them, so he's done damage
Right.
to them,
Incredible.
but you don't know if he's killed any, and he sort of blasted them away. So they're sort of spread out all over the place, and then he's dove back into the water and carried on swimming towards you. That means it goes to the top of the round, which is the drowners. The ones that were swimming after him and have now been scattered. Actually, one of them does die because one of them was only on 2 hit points. I will make a roll. Actually, no, it's lightning damage, so they can't roll their undead fortitude against lightning damage. It's slightly different. Normally, it's just radiant damage, but it's lightning, radiant, and critical for these things. The rest of them swim away.
As in away just to leave the fight, or swim away?
They leave the fight. They are fleeing from him. All of their turn undead stuff or frightened condition stuff would have ended because they've been attacked, but he has scared the crap out of them, so they are running. That leaves just 2 left, which is the one that you had shot, Elodie, and the one that is currently grappled by Lucian. The one that is currently grappled by Lucian, does it have the incapacitated condition while it's grappled?
No, it could still attack me.
It can still attack you.
I don't know if it's a disadvantage. I can never remember the rules of grapple.
Yes, it will be with disadvantage. So I shall roll 2 attacks with disadvantage.
Oh, it'd be straight because I was reckless.
Oh, okay. So it'd be straight roll. Okay, so
Gotta keep me honest.
have you've not taken any damage, have you?
No, not at all.
Okay, so they don't get that. So no. That's an 8. So he tries to claw at you and doesn't. Claws don't quite meet purchase with your skin. At the end of their turn, that makes it Elodie's turn. Elodie, you have seen these things get blasted into the water and swim away. The one that you shot in the back is directly beneath you, and that Vari is currently swimming towards you.
Okay. Let's try and finish this one off so it's not in his way. That is 26 to hit.
Wow.
Oh,
Yes.
Getting the hang of this thing.
Yeah. That's gonna be
Very important question, though. Now that you've got starting to get the hang of it, do you blow yourself another 5 feet in the air?
Is there even a way to brace in the air?
I don't think so. Yeah, there's no. She's not got any ground to hold.
Purchase,
so-
yeah.
I mean, it is a pistol. It's not like a blunderbuss.
No.
I think now that you've said it, I think no, because she would fly down 5 feet as she's doing it. So
smart.
the wings brace against it. So that's going to be 10 piercing and 3 fire.
That is.
13.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was trying to work out what the DC was, so it's going to be 18. I rolled a 14. So no, this one dies. As you blast it, basically you shoot down and hit it in the exact same spot again, and it just explodes outwards, causing it to basically rip in half. It dead.
Still got my aim. Good. Why do we think that guy is not in Solomon's mercenary company? She's asking to the menagerie. And then I am just going to start flying towards Lucian. I guess I can only go 30 feet. So I'm still... I'm back where I was before, so I'm still 50 feet away.
Yeah.
60 feet away from you.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so we now move over to Perry's turn. You're currently 75 feet away from the cave entrance.
Continue my dashing.
Yep, move, dash, you're 15 feet away. You can... Well, you need to start climbing on the rocks at this point. So next turn it will be an athletics check.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we'll be out of initiative by then.
Hopefully. We will move to Lucian's turn. Lucian, you have the last drowner in your grip.
So it automatically takes a D4 because I've got it grappled at the start of my turn.
Nice.
So 3
Rush.
3 points
Okay.
of bludgeoning. Yeah, just crush its neck. And then I'm going to try, because I've got it by the neck, I'm going to just try to see if I can use the momentum to just blow its head off. But I don't know if I'll be able to roll either. So that's a 23 to hit
That will hit.
for 12 damage.
So that makes the DC. So, okay. Yep. You go to blow its head off, and this is a strike that would kill it. But as you strike into its head and you knock its neck back, causing its neck to break, its neck begins swinging around as it goes. It rolled an 18 for a 19 on its Undead Fortitude save. So it's on 1 hit point.
That's everything I can do this round.
Okay, the Vari gentleman swims up to where Elodie is and pops his head out of the water. You lot need to get back to shore. Quick, get back to the town as quickly as you can before these things come back. They're going to come back in droves. I can't hold all of them off.
You're doing incredible work. Thank you so much. We're going to be as quick as we can.
Yeah, I'm not doing it for that other one. The one with the scythe. I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for you and your friend, all right?
What did I do? Did I like, I don't know, burn this guy's house down?
Find out next time.
No.
And he dives back under the water and begins making his way back to the docks.
Yeah, we're fine. We only lost our boat and none of us can swim and there's like loads of them.
Yes. So we go back to the top of the round, and this last drowner on 1 hit point is going to try and claw at you again, Lucian. That's a 19 for a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the wrong dice. I need the one that hurts you when you stand on it. Which I can't find. Where is it? I don't have it. No! I will roll... Ah, there it is. I could just roll on the character sheet, but I like rolling physical dice. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. That is 2 plus 3, so that's 5 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Would you have that to 2 or 3?
I would have that to 2.
And then you need me to make a con save, did you say?
Yes, please. Circus.
That's a natural 20 or 26. Sorry, 25. Wait, yes, 25.
Yes, you are lightly scratched on the forearm, and you feel your arm begin to lock up, but you're able to clench your muscles and break the paralysis on you.
Nice.
Okay, so at the end of their turn, that makes it Elodie's turn. You could fly and get within range of this one that Lucian's holding if you wanted to.
Yes, will do. How high are the cliffs?
The cliffs that lead to the town and the mercenary company, you're probably looking at about 150 foot up. And then where the cave itself is, the cave is part of the large mountain that's just outside the town. Large mountain range that's just outside of the town, should I say. So that's considerably higher.
Okay.
Wait, that's natural 1. Sorry. Come back. I read it wrong.
Oh, a natural 1?
Yeah, it was a natural 1 for 6.
Okay, you're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Awesome.
Okay. Never mind trying to throw a rope down to the others to get them up the cliff. It's too high anyway. Now Lucy is paralyzed.
I'll be fine.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, seeing Lucy and just completely like and just get stuck with this lolling drowner, Elodie will fly. So I'll be able to get if I fly 30 feet, then I'm at 90 feet from point A, and you were okay, so I will be within 30 feet of you there. So she will shoot at that drowner in your hand. That's a 14 to hit, thankfully.
14 does hit.
That's closer than I would like. For 7 piercing and 1 fire magical.
8 plus 5, so it's DC 13. That's a 15 for a 16.
God.
This one doesn't want to die.
One doesn't want to die. This happened in the game we ran the other night. We just had one undead that just didn't want to die.
I just don't want to die.
We're just having too much fun.
Yes.
With it, that doesn't incapacitate. It just reduces speed. In counter reactions, it can still attack. I don't think I have any bonus actions that can help. Sorry. She's just gonna shout, Lucian!
At the end of Elodie's turn, that makes it Perry's turn. Perry, can you make me an athletics check if you're going to climb into the cave, please?
That I can do. I believe I'm out of rage now. I'm all out of it. And my shroud has probably dropped at this point because it just makes sense.
That's fair.
Okay. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
So, because you're not that old, and you're still learning what this new body can do, you've been really wanting to test out whether you can swim or not. What you didn't think of was whether you can climb or not. And the answer to that is yes, you can. Very adeptly, as you pretty much spider monkey onto the wall and begin swinging like a jungle gym round into the cave entrance. For Lucian, for Elodie, I'll say, because Lucian can't turn around because paralyzed, Elodie, you watch as Perry disappears into the cave.
It's fine. This is all fine. Everything's going to be okay.
You've got this. A voice in your head says.
You've just got to
Which
keep.
one?
You've just got to keep multiple undead creatures off my body for a minute. You'll be fine.
I have 30 seconds of flight left.
Oh no.
So you got 30 seconds. Go land on the cliff and shoot from the cliff.
I definitely should have looked behind me. Oh well.
I'd be fine.
It is Lucian's turn now. Lucian,
Do
your
I get to
turn.
roll?
Yep, your turn is spent being paralyzed, but you get to roll against the save at the end of your turn.
Beautiful. That's an 18.
18. So you're able to use that rage that you've been maintaining to break out of this paralysis. As this, as you've still got this thing in its hand and it's just about to start wiggling out, but you've been able to grab it again before. But unfortunately, that's your entire turn.
Would that not mean that I could do my D4 damage that I get for having things grappled?
I think because you're paralyzed means you're incapacitated, so you couldn't technically do anything until the end of your turn.
It does say at the start.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Goddamn D&D wording.
Yeah, you D&D me earlier, I D&D you now.
Yeah. One blade.
Okay, so at the end of Lucian's turn, our Vari friend is out of the initiative because he has swam back to the dock, so it goes back to the Drowner, the one lonely Drowner, who is going to try and attack you again. You have taken damage now, so it has advantage on this roll. That is a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
Can you make me another Constitution saving throw, please? As you take 6 points of slashing damage, which you'll half to 3.
Oh, that's a 14.
14 is enough to beat it, so you are wise to this paralysis effect that this creature can do.
Nice.
And
Can I put my thumbs up to Elodie?
Yeah. All right. It is Elodie's turn.
Right, so the creature is down.
It's still alive.
Oh, it's still alive. Still. Oh,
It's still alive. Yeah. It just tried attacking Lucian.
Oh yes,
and
yeah, it
failed.
did. We'll try and shoot it again. Sit down, zombie. That's a 23 to hit.
That is going to hit. I know how much hit point it has left, as does everybody else. So I'll just getting the dice roll ready now.
Okay,
That
that's
is
a
not the
little
right jester.
better. Did you just do a? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're all there. That is a 12 piercing plus 1 fire.
So this is a DC
Nice.
roll of 18.
It
It rolled under my keyboard. It was a 5. Is it a
So
5?
that's a nat 20 now, Josh. Damn zombie.
Well, that's a natural 20. No, that was a 3. That was actually a 3 for a 4. So, no, it fails. And as you shoot it into its head, which is lolled backwards from where Lucian broke its neck, its body and head just explode, propelling gore all over Lucian.
Oh, sorry. That was not my intention.
Lucian just like,
As we
Okay.
come out of combat.
oh, quickly. Lucian looks up to you and waves you over, and then pulls something out of sort of like a bag that he has, a small bag that he has on his back, and he pulls out some rope and he tosses it up to you and points towards the cliff to dangle the rope off the cliff, so we've got a quick escape.
I don't think we've got enough. I've got 50 foot of rope. You've got 50 foot of rope, but it's 150 foot. I definitely had time to measure all of that.
If you go really high, you'll drop the rest of the way.
But we'll have to climb 50 foot.
That's
No.
fine. It'll be all right. It gets us closer.
Is there
I got it.
is there anywhere handy I can see that might be good as an anchor point that is 100 foot up on these
There's-
cliffs?
Plenty of rock ledges that you could probably wrap the rope around, but you've still got that other 50 foot to try and navigate. But is it better to try and navigate that 50 foot from the bottom of the cliff or from the top of the cliff is the question? Or like halfway up to get, climb the extra 50 feet to get to the top of the cliff is what I'm saying.
I've not seen Perry do magic climbing, though, right? Oh, no, I did.
Yeah,
I saw
you
Perry
saw
climb.
Perry do that, yeah.
How good are you at climbing?
We'll find out.
Okay, I will. She'll start tying the two pieces of rope together and start flying to try and dangle it so it's at the top coming down rather than at the 100-foot point coming down.
To be fair, let's just hope Perry's got another 50 and then they can climb up to the central point and just drop the rest. And then we won't have a problem.
Okay.
And then I'll turn around and prepare to scrap with anything else while we wait for Perry to come back. And I'll basically try hold the area so it's clear for when Perry comes back.
Could one of you two roll me I'm going to say Elodie to actually roll this. Could you roll me a D100, please?
Okay.
And then half it.
Oh, God. 33 is the halved number.
Is the half number.
Is the halved number.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can take 33 of them.
You're the one that said D100, Josh!
No. I was rolling that for how long that conversation took for your flight.
What?
Oh.
So, but I'm not going to be mean like that. Because you only had about 30 odd seconds left.
No, that's it. I had 25 seconds left.
Yeah, okay. So you will be able, unfortunately, you are going to be able to get to the point that you want to in order to tie the rope off as your wings stop. So you're kind of there. You're on the rock.
Great, perfect place for her to be. Yep. So I've not been able to tie the.
You've been able to tie it. You've been able to do everything that you wanted to do, but your wings have stopped.
So if the aim was to fly to the top of the cliff
And
to
then
find an anchor point there and then hang it down, so she would be fine.
Yeah, you're fine then. I thought you were going off. I thought you were going off if you wanted to be halfway up, sort of thing. But yes, you're fine.
I'm sorry, I can't help anymore. I'm fine though.
What's your max possible range from your pistol? Because even if you're shooting at disadvantage.
90 feet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very, very out of the way now. I'm sorry.
Good.
There is.
If it gets too crap, I'll just bail, and Perry can climb anything, so I'll be all right.
You can see that there is bubbling in the water, but it's not near the shore. It's sort of scattered all over the place, probably from where the Aeodruners that were there got blown in different directions. So you
and it was
probably
sort of still like kind of in and out of initiative. I guess her next, once the rope was secured, she would run along the cliff top, sort of away from where Lucien is, and try the pebble trick again. And obviously she doesn't actually have to throw it far. It just has to like fall down and land in the water.
Well, because the cliff facing that you've gone up is where the sand is. So you've got about 70 foot of beach before water.
Never mind.
That's fine. But yeah, you can stay there for the moment as we come to Perry, who is beginning to climb through the cave. Could you make me another athletics check, please, Perry?
Yeah. Oh, that's another good roll. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Very adept at this, and you get to what looks to be a walkway, a wooden walkway that looks like it's been sort of constructed and put here. There's implications to that, maybe, that you might think of, but it looks quite old, quite rickety as you sort of jump onto it, and as you look down, there looks to be like a cave network that goes through this cave, but goes beyond it just being like a dead end sort of thing. So you could probably go deep into this mountain or pop out somewhere else. You're not quite sure unless you wanted to visit it. The thing is, though, is that you need to try and find where this book is hidden. And Celia lost consciousness before she could tell Lucian or Elodie where it was. She just said where, like, it was in the cave, so you're going to have to search for it.
Yeah, I start doing an investigate for anything upturned, recently disturbed, recently constructed, just anything that looks like there's been some actual movement in the area.
Okay, make me an investigation check, please.
Oh, I am not very smart. I have -1 to this. Luckily, I rolled another 18. 17.
17. So, having a little look around, a lot of the like the wooden walkway and stuff that you're on is very old. None of it's been patched up. There's holes in parts of it and everything, and there's water underneath. You can see here that the water is clear, so you can see down to the bottom. There are no signs of any drowners in this cave in particular, but you can see as you begin walking along and sort of looking at the walls and stuff that there is writings on the wall, some really old, some really new, some in a language that a lot of it in languages you can speak, a lot of it in languages you can't speak.
Okay. I kind of go to ones that look newer. Do any of them signify anything in particular that I can read?
You've come across one that looks relatively new. However, it's in a language that you can't read.
Okay, I kind of search the area, like looking under anything, seeing if there's any like crevices or if they lead somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, would comprehend languages work on this?
Now, see, I don't know if it would. I believe it would because it is technically a known language, so I'm going to allow it.
Cool. I will
denied
try
it to you before, so I'll allow it for you now.
Finally, one of my spells works. Yeah. So again, I kind of look at it. I'm squinting, and then my fingers start to glow golden as I kind of rub my eyes and ears a little bit, and and everything kind of refocuses into understandable.
So the one thing that you notice, and all the other texts that are on this wall, you begin to be able to read, and a lot of it is a bunch of stuff that would make sense to somebody who cared about it. It's like talking about we need to bring this many items through this cave at this time, and there's guards that are patrolling, like patrol networks and all that sort of stuff. It's really old. The thing that the newest bit of writing that's on the wall that you want to focus on, you instantly recognize that it's not in one written language. It's like a bunch of languages have been amalgamated together for it. And there's a lot of symbols and things that have been used in this language. It's basically thieves' cant. And it says, look above. And as you look above, you can see there is a slight ledge that sticks out. And if you were to step back a little bit, so you're almost going to fall in the water, but not quite, you can see that there is a ledge there that you could probably climb up to.
And I do.
And as you climb up to the ledge, you can see right in the corner, there is what looks to be like not quite a sleeping bag, but like a bedroll. A bedroll with on it a wrapped up something square that's wrapped up in cloth with a sort of a bow tie knot type thing wrapped around it.
I fish it out. I look at the entrance to see if anyone's coming. I assume they're holding it, I guess, or they'll be on their way soon. But I kind of unwrap it and have a look inside.
But as you unwrap the book, you can see that it looks very close to the journal that you are currently writing in terms of its style and stuff. It's black leather with golden filigree all around it. It's written in a language that you can read, which is common. And it says the Notes of Peripeteia, Volume 3.
Okay. I know we're running a bit low on time. Would you allow that I can have a little thumb through and just get the gist?
You can have a quick thumb through. You do notice that where it says the Notes of Peripeteia, Volume 3, next to the word Peripeteia, it has numbers next to it. Numbers that are basically Roman numerals, and it's the Roman numeral for 1168.
1168. Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if my character makes the same leap in logic as I do, because I think I might be smarter than Perry. So we'll see. Let's see. I rolled low. I've got no idea what this means.
That's fair. That's fair. The numbers are in slightly smaller text, so it just sort of fits just next to the name rather than it being a focus of the name. But yes, you have a quick flick through the book. There is a lot of chicken scratch in here, or at least it looks like chicken scratch to you. There's lots of drawings and extra bits of paper that have been inserted in. There's lots of sort of diagrams, and some arcane symbols have been written in. And then one thing that stands out to you with the quick thumb through that you have is there looks to be a contraption that's very similar to like the cauldron type thing that Elodie used to do the experiment on the Aether, but this is slightly different because it's got loads of tubes and everything that is feeding into it, and it looks like something that Elodie might be interested in.
I really was a scientist.
And at the bottom it says, "I've done it." And it's in your handwriting. Because there's other bits in here that are not in your handwriting. You've seen Solomon's handwriting. You can see that some of Solomon's handwriting is in here as well.
Interesting. Does it say what it is? Or am I just being very cryptic in my own journal?
I think you've been very cryptic in your own journal. But this is volume 1 of 3. There are two other volumes that you need to find for this particular book series. No. Sorry, scratch that. There's 5 books. So this is volume 3 of 5.
Okay, I
keep getting that mixed up.
I wrap it back up, saying, okay, one piece of the puzzle down. I'll have a look a bit later. Okay, we got something. I kind of look out to see if it's there. I'm kind of tempted to go deeper in.
You can go deeper in if you want to. You can't see the other two on the outside. Even with Elodie flying around, you've gone deep enough into the cave where you can't. It's just like a light at the end of the tunnel for you at the minute.
I'm gonna do a little explore, just a little one.
Okay.
While I'm here, it's hard to get
murdered.
I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hold them off, but you do it.
So as you walk further into the cave, are you going particularly stealthy, or are you?
I'm gonna roll for it. Because logically I should stealth, but I'm not sure I would. So highs I stealth, lows I'm just sauntering. I'm sauntering.
You saunter down, and how far would you like to go?
Until there's something interesting, I suppose.
Okay, it's going to take a little while until there's something interesting, but
sorry guys.
You walk. We'll come back to you in a moment. For the two of you, we'll say that 10 minutes has passed. And 10 to 15 minutes, no, because Perry would have had a proper good look through the book. 15 minutes has passed and Perry has not come back out of the cave. And those bubbles are starting to get closer together and beginning to come towards the shore.
I'm almost picturing like happy sort of like la 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 music in the cave, and then outside it's heavy metal and Lucian just fighting for his life.
Lucian just picks up a drowner and suplexes it.
Yeah. I'll hold for now, and if it just gets too silly, I'll climb up and hope that Perry will be able to misty step over. I think, yeah. So once it gets a bit silly, I'll bail.
I think Elodie will be like yelling at you as soon as she starts to see, like she'll be like lying prone at the top of the cliff, like looking down, and as soon as she starts to see like a cloud of shapes underwater heading anywhere near you, will have been yelling down to tell you to get out of there.
Nice. Another 15 minutes pass as Perry keeps walking down the cave network. There's no sign of any. There's no water now. You're on solid ground as you keep walking through. You do begin to smell something, though. Something nice, maybe? Something cooking. Something sweet. Maybe something like an incense as well. You're getting all of these different smells coming from further down the cave. At this point, there are on the outside, as we go from the nice music to the heavy metal music, the drowners have started appearing out of the water. Their heads have started popping out of the water as they begin making their way towards shore and towards you, Lucian.
Oh, maybe.
The remainder, so I deleted all of them.
4 or 5?
You killed 5 of them, so there's 9 coming out of the water, and you can see there's, like, off in the distance beyond where the net is, there's more water bubbling, but doesn't seem to be getting closer to you.
Elodie is just like screaming for you to get out of there.
With the drowners' heads popping out of the water and moving towards you, Perry, what would you like to do?
Continue jauntily going down this tunnel towards the smell.
Okay, carry on walking down towards the smell. As the drowners begin climbing out of the water and making their way towards Lucian, did you move away from the water, or were you in the same position you were in when you were fighting the last one?
I won't be stood in the water, yeah. I'll be on, if there's any sort of beach side near the cliff. But I'll be stood further away from the cave side, so that basically I'm not clogging up the beach for when Perry comes out. Perry can get straight to the ropes.
Yeah.
So I'm on the other side, so I'm not blocking everything up.
Okay, so this is the last turn before they get to you, because I said that the beach was 75 feet before from the cliff to the water, so they move and dash to get within 15 feet of you. There's 9, and there's 9 of them. So next turn is when they're going to start attacking.
Yeah, I'll re-up my rage because I'm pretty sure it ran out.
That's fair.
And then hold my action to start scrapping.
Okay, and then we move back to Perry. As you have continued walking for a total of 45 minutes now, you come to where the cave naturally opens out. And as you step out into this, there is torchlight everywhere. There are people milling around, walking around. They are market stalls, and everything is going on, and people are sort of trading, buying things. It looks like, as you look around, it looks like there's houses built into the mountainside. It's into the rocks within this cavern itself. Again, a multicultural array of people around. And as you walk in and have a little look around, you bump into an elderly lady who is sort of hunched over a table, flicking some cards over, and she looks up to you. Oh, hello. Care for a reading?
Look back towards the entrance, like, yeah, I've got time.
And as you sit down, she looks at you, squints her eyes. Oh, actually, no, we're not ready for you yet. Picks her cards up and starts shuffling them. I'm not due to see you for a few more days yet.
Oh, did the cards tell you that?
No. I saw it. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to leave.
I just got here.
I know, but I'll see you in a few days. Look out for my tent. You'll be at the fighting pit. And she dops you on the head, and blackness. Creepy. Lucian. There are 9 attacks coming in at you. You've taken damage.
One of them?
You get the opportunity to hit one of them. There are 9 attacks coming in at you. Each has advantage.
That's a 14 to hit.
It hits.
For 14 damage.
Okay, so you heavily injure one of these, taking it down to almost dead. And then I'm going to make 9 attacks against you. These are all going to be claw attacks.
I'll grab it as well.
Okay, so you grab one.
See if I can use it as a shield.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to do these one. Oh, no, because... Oh, no, so add additional +1. So the first one is going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
5 points of slashing damage, which will be halved to 2. And then a Constitution saving throw, please.
Don't fuck me. We got this. Or we might not got this. That's a 13.
13, you just succeed. You're not paralyzed. Next attack, 22 to hit.
That hits.
6 points of slashing damage reduced to 3, and another DC, another Constitution save.
Here we go again.
I would roll all 9 at once, but I need to keep track of if you do get paralyzed.
Yeah, that's 21.
21, you're fine. Third attack is a 21 to hit. What is with these high rolls? 7 points of damage reduced down to 3, and another save.
Okay, 14.
You're fine. Number 4, really? 24 to hit? I'm getting like below 10 on the first dice, and then above 10 on the advantage because you're wounded. 7 points of slashing and another save, so 7 reduced to 3.
Oh, these saves are going to run out soon. 16.
You're fine. Number 5, 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
4 slashing, reduced to 2. Another save.
Was this the last one? Oh,
No.
that's not.
That was still got 6, 7, 8, and 9 to roll. Or
Oh.
4 more.
Another 16.
Fine. I'm just going to roll these because if you fail it, I'll just get an additional +1 to it. So it's 18, natural 20, natural 1, 2 natural 1s in a row, which is good, and a 14.
Where 14 doesn't hit.
14 natural 1s. So that's 2 that miss, one natural 20 and 1 18. So the 18, you take 5 points of damage reduced to 3, and another save. And then the natural 20, you will take... where's their plus? There. So that is... sorry, brain head. 12 points of slashing reduced to 6, and then another con. So 2 con saves.
A 23 and a 12.
12 meets it, beats it. So you are not paralyzed. That's a good thing that you saved all of those, because if you failed one of those, the rest would have just dragged you into the water.
That'd have been tasty.
They would have attacked you, they would have just dragged you.
I take it my zombie shield didn't do anything to help me.
No.
That's a shame.
No, unfortunately. He was one of the ones that attacked you.
I was grappled. Did it do it at disadvantage?
It did not. Let me roll one more attack again, but this time with disadvantage. Oh, sorry, just be a normal roll. La 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 la. That was a 10 to hit, so you can take 5 points of damage, or half that, so 2 points of damage back.
Oh, nice. Every little helps.
Yeah, every little helps. And as that happens, Elodie, a strange smoke cloud appears next to you as Perry just sort of lands face first on the floor in front next to you.
You're just like horrified as you're watching Lucian get ripped to pieces.
I'll be honest, Josh. I think if it got to the point that the drowners were within attacking range of Mike, I didn't jump on it quick enough, and I didn't want to interrupt. But I'll be honest, Elodie has probably already jumped off the cliff.
Okay, we'll say that you're there as well then.
Because before we discussed the fact that the cliff has there'll be potential for little ledges part way up.
Yeah.
What I'm aiming for is one that is sort of 20 or 30 feet up from the ground level, ideally. But as soon as they get close to Lucian, she just hears, "It's all right, pet. We've got it covered. Don't worry." And she sort of nods, closes her eyes, jumps off, and screams, but casts Featherfall on herself as she does.
Yeah. Okay.
And then lands. So I would like that, if that's all right, to have been what I've been doing as they've started attacking Lucian.
Yeah.
So now that I actually get a turn.
Yeah, you managed to get down there, and just as Perry appears at the top, sort of face first into the ground.
Am I conscious or unconscious, by the way?
Oh, you're conscious.
Oh, I am conscious.
You're conscious,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, he just sort of like fell out on the face first into the floor. So we can do this as another round of combat, or we can say that you kill or get away from these drowners and get back to the town. It's up to you, because I know we've overran by quite a bit.
I don't think we could take them.
I would like to try throwing one more fucking stone.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, make me an athletics check, please.
See if she can actually do it this time. I mean, she's got to get back up this damn rope. Lucy's going to have to carry her. Oh my god. It's like my dice know. I rolled a 3.
And it just sort of lands in the sand like 5 feet away from you, and they don't react to it.
She's up a cliff, so it would still be like away from Lucian.
Yeah.
Surely it would still help. It's just not very far from Ellen.
One goes over to it and starts clawing at it, and then sort of sniffs, and then looks back.
I rolled a 4 bludgeoning damage on my grapple that I had with the one that I did have.
Okay.
I don't know if that does anything to it.
That one's you did.
Lucian, get out of there!
Can I try use the body of the drowner to, like, just basically create myself a hole so I can bail out?
Yep.
Basically just disengaging, but using the body of the drowner to clear a path. And then I'll start climbing up.
Make me, and I'm gonna wing this. Make me an attack roll, please, with advantage, because it's very unlikely you're gonna miss when you're just swinging a body around.
15.
Yes, you hit. You are not going to do, well, you will do damage, but there's an additional effect that's going to happen. But I need to make a saving throw. Good. I rolled very low. Roll your damage, please.
That is 12.
12. Okay, so you kill the one that you're holding on to, while also heavily damaging another one. And because of the way you described it, you swing it out to try and make yourself a path. I made them roll a dexterity saving throw to not be pushed away from you. And they failed, so they are all going to be pushed away 10 feet, which gives you an opening to leg it. It also gives you, Elodie, an option to either leg it or climb back up. And what would Perry like to do? Because you've just sort of gone, huh?
So I would like to just get up and be like, oh, okay, see what's going on. See, I can't really get down there. Sit over the cliff legs swinging. And can, for flavor's sake, can we say the old lady left me with like a candy apple?
Yeah, you got a candy apple in your hand.
I'm just digging into the apple like, you can do it, guys. I'm up here. It's all good.
I don't think we've seen you. Like, Elodie is so focused on Lucian getting to her little like mini cliff ledge that she's not paid attention to above her whatsoever.
Yeah.
If you're not paying attention, I might just start throwing rocks. Like, hey, look at me. Hey.
What? How did you get up there? We're defending you down here.
I'm up here now, so, get up here.
Lucian nearly died.
And Lucian looks up and goes, did you see me nearly kill another drowner with a drowner's body?
Stop showing off. Get up here.
Well,
Okay.
I'll climb up and pick up Elodie on the way.
Okay, so you knock
It's a
them.
proper, like, fireman's. There's no class to it or anything.
Okay, you're able to climb up, get away from the drowners. They cannot follow you for the life of them. They can swim very fast. They cannot climb. Webbed fingers, very hard for climbing. Or at least how webbed their fingers are anyway. You get to the top of the cliff and you see Perry there.
Hey.
And I thought you were dead inside the cave, and then Lucian nearly died as well.
Oh, no, I was at a market. And then there was a creepy old lady who said I would meet her in a few days. It was weird. It smelled good, though. Yeah, sorry. I thought you guys could handle it out here, and clearly you can.
I must connect to the underground. Another exit from the place that's below Goggle Springs.
Oh, yeah, I guess. There's a place below. Yeah, same place, I guess.
Did you find the book?
Oh,
It's just what
yeah.
I was gonna-
Holds up book. I got the book. You can also tell Perry is visibly much more elated, in a much better mood.
Great. Good.
Perfect.
I'm glad.
See, we told you it'd be okay.
Yeah, you did good, kid.
It was fun. It was close. I've not had a run-in like that in a really long time.
Uh-huh.
Also, who is
You
that?
stop agreeing with them.
What?
Huh?
Sorry.
Your birds like us.
Shh.
Mhm.
Don't.
Is that Celeramus? Celeramus, my guy. You got my back.
La 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 la.
Right, so as we come out of the session, you're all at the top of the cliff, looking down at the drowners that have sort of begun. They tried to start clawing at the cliff facing to try and climb up, but they gave up pretty quick, and they've begun making their way back to the water.
Get the rope back.
And you pull the rope back up, and as the session ends with you all looking over that cliff facing, there's just a thought in Perry's mind at the moment. Who was that old lady? What was that place that you just went to? And is it connected to Cilia or the underground or anything that has happened so far? That will be a question that we will have to answer in a later session, because we have run over by an awful lot, which I must apologize to everybody for. I am sorry. But if you have enjoyed what we have done, we are Roll Together RPG. You can find us on Mondays and Tuesdays, where we do D&D content and D&D content and world building and non-D&D TTRPGs as and when we have stuff available. You can find us all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as $1 of your local currency per month, or 1 goat, which must be sent to Tom, following the links in chat in the description below. If you're watching us on YouTube, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and commenting on the video. It lets us know what you like, so we know what to make more of. Massive thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.